All right, then number 25 is Elden Ring.
Wow, the user scores is 8?
I thought the user scores would have been way higher.
Why are they so...
There's so many haters. You know what that is? They're just bad gamers. They couldn't get past the tutorial.
That's a skill diff right there.
If there's someone who rates this game low on 7, it's because they don't have enough Gamersupps.
What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of the Trash Taste Podcast. I'm Joey, and I'm with the boys, Connor and Gon. As usual, we're talking about gaming today.
Gamers! Gamers.
I'm worried because I think that people get annoyed at our anime takes. I feel like people are going to get really annoyed at that.
This is going to be a highly contentious episode. So in the past, we've done a couple of videos talking about, I guess, the top-rated works in particular mediums. We've done one on anime, we've done one on manga, and now we're going to be doing it on gaming.
But I feel like gamers have not been represented enough.
No,
not enough.
Yeah, gamers should never get talked about.
No, gamers
don't get enough representation.
we don't talk about games enough, and gamers don't talk enough about
Exactly. So obviously we can't use my anime list this time around. So instead we are over on Metacritic because they have listed out the best games of all time according to Metascore.
I've never used Metacritic in my life.
Me neither.
Oh. Then why are we using Metacritic? Is there a reason?
Because I guess the Metascore rating is...
They're a better website?
Or I don't know.
I don't know.
But apparently this one is taking the overall scores of all of the publications that have
I use
rated the
Metacritic.
games.
Am I the only one who uses Metacritic?
What do you use Metacritic for?
What do you use it for?
Just to check a game's... It's like Rotten Tomatoes, right? Just to quickly check. Okay, I could just go on IGN, but no one fucking trusts IGN, okay?
I can't believe you just said the American way of saying tomatoes.
Yeah, tomatoes.
You said tomatoes. The fuck is wrong?
What happened to you? He's been America pilled.
Who are you? Who are you, guys?
Tomato.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're one of
That
them.
was so jarring.
Rotten
I
tomatoes.
was stun locked for a second there. I was like,
Wait, I just
you said
realized
Rotten Tomatoes.
I've never heard someone say Rotten Tomatoes before.
I say Rotten Tomatoes.
I think I say Rotten Tomatoes.
It just rolls. What is the website?
What the fuck?
What is the
Hold
website?
on, I'm saying it in my head.
Yeah, what is the website? I'm like, wait. Nobody says
No.
Rotten Tomatoes.
What's the Rotten Tomatoes score? What's the Rotten Tomatoes score?
Yeah, right.
Fuck, now I don't know. Which one do I say?
It's Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, yeah, well, if it was just tomatoes, I would say tomatoes.
Yeah, if it was just tomatoes. Oh,
But
I
when
was like,
Rotten is in front of it.
When it's the website, I'm like, Rotten Tomatoes. I don't
Anyway.
I've never thought about it like that before.
It doesn't matter. We're not even using Rotten Tomatoes today. Tomatoes. Fuck.
So you use Metacritic for games.
Yeah,
I use Metacritic for games specifically, IMDb for movies, and my anime list for anime. So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a better gaming website. I use Metacritic mostly just to quickly check, hey, what is a bunch of different users and
Well, I think the Metascore on Metacritic is taking into account not only Metacritic score, but also from other publications like IGN, like all the other ones, and taking the average of all of them, and that's the Metascore, I think.
Yeah, it's similar to something like Rotten Tomatoes. Where there is a user score and a meta score based on different reviewers.
So we're going to be going through this Metacritic top Metascore list of video games because assumably this is the most popular games according to the internet.
So this is the Metascore, not the user score.
Not the user score.
We'll go through the user score later and see what kind of...
So let's see what publications think are the best games of all time.
Okay, I'm going to say it. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is the Full Metal Alchemist of gaming.
I agree.
It's just
I
like...
100%. Oh my God.
Actually, holy shit, that is the best.
100%
All right.
It's just like no one wants to have to argue what's the best game of all time, but everyone's kind of chill being like, just say Zelda.
It was the first 3D Zelda, so obviously the hype was real.
No one's really going to argue against it, or no one...
I will.
Yeah, you want to argue against it?
I haven't played it though, so.
So you can't properly...
I'll argue with it since I have played it. I think Majora's Mask is way better.
Okay, that's the most Joey take of all fucking time. My God.
If I had put in a ChatGPT, formulate a Joey take, it would come up with that.
Yeah.
If we had a Joey.bot and I was like, what is your opinion?
I'll be Joey.bot.
What is your opinion?
I think
on
even
Legend
just
of Zelda?
within the Nintendo 64 era, I think Majora's Mask was just a more enjoyable experience.
If you had said something like, I think there is other Zeldas that Zelda better than Ocarina.
I think
of
Twilight
Time.
Princess is better.
You know, I think Link to the Past is better. I think Twilight Princess is better.
You know, like, you play a modern Mario game and then you get play Super Mario 64 and you're like, yeah, I could see why like this when it came out was an absolute game changer. But when you play it, you're like, there's still, it's a lot that could be improved.
Well, yeah, obviously the nostalgia factor for this game is massive.
Battle Pass.
Yeah, it's massive. But not to say that Ocarina of Time is a bad game. It's a good game. Don't get me wrong. But is it the best one?
Like if I'm on my deathbed, I got one game left in me.
It's not Ocarina of Time.
It's not Ocarina of Time. You know what I mean? It's not the game.
No.
But I think it's easy to agree. Like a steak, you're like, yeah, it's just good.
Yeah.
Why is it easy to agree that Ocarina of Time is the best game of all time?
I think because when you talk about like the best game of all time, a lot of the conversation has to come into like influence, the impact it had when it came out, the scope of it at the time. Was it fun? Clearly, Jabbasan doesn't agree.
Yeah.
Jabbasan. Oh, I found.
Yeah. See, at a point in time, I did enjoy this game. However, nowadays it's dated.
Yeah. Like I feel like playing it now is kind of tough. But like, yeah, imagine like when you were there, this was you got this game, it probably would have blown your mind and been a life altering experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that's...
I mean, if we're just talking about 3D Zeldas, because I feel comparing the 3D Zeldas to the 2D Zeldas is a little bit unfair because it's kind of, it's completely different. Yeah. Even within the 3D Zeldas, like, again, as I mentioned, like, I'd much rather play Majora's Mask. I'd much rather play fucking Wind Waker. I think that's I think it's way better of an experience than Ocarina of Time.
Wind Waker is my favorite 3D Zelda, aside from Breath of the Wild. I'm forgetting names now.
So have you played Ocarina of Time?
Yes, I played Ocarina of Time.
I'm the only fucking gamer who hasn't played the best game of gaming.
Apparently,
Well, you were an Xbox kid. I was like a Nintendo kid.
Well, I was a Nintendo kid, but I missed this train.
Right.
How young were you?
I got given a Nintendo 64 as a hand-me-down, and the only games I could play were the ones that came with it. Because then at the point when I got it, they weren't selling any of the games in stores anymore.
Yeah.
So it was
what games did you get?
I had Mario Party, I had Mario Kart.
All right.
I had, I forgot that game. It's like a 3D thing, like a very Japanese one you collect he's like a ninja kid and you collect the golden coins, like Edo period kind of thing.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know
What? Hattori Hanzo?
Maybe. I don't know. Google what Joey just said.
Hattori-kun? Maybe?
Is it?
This is one game that was a bastard game and I couldn't.
I think it was like Goemon or something.
Oh, is it Goemon?
It might be Goemon.
Yeah.
Goemon 64 or something. I don't fucking know what it is.
Goemon 64.
Yeah, this
yeah.
Mystical Ninja.
Mystical Ninja.
Bro, I put like 50 hours as a kid and couldn't get past like the first level. Just couldn't figure out what to do.
Oh, I remember this game.
Goemon's a classic, bro.
I played this one a lot.
Yeah.
I honestly, I played Mario Party so much.
Mario Party's the go-to.
Alone.
Mario Party 2 is fucking goated.
And then, because I also had an SNES hand-me-down, which I actually liked playing more.
Well, just because SNES games was fucking solid, man.
I really liked because I had one of the the original Mario side scrollers on the SNES. I really liked it.
Super Mario World, maybe?
I think it might have been World. Which one has the sun?
That's 3.
That scared the fuck out of me as a kid.
That's NES, though, I'm pretty sure.
Is it? No, it's SNES, isn't it?
No, I think 3 is NES.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
but that game is great as well.
One of the games with the sun scared me as a kid.
Oh, yeah. Well,
the sun would like follow you around the level.
World has the sun as well, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, maybe it must have been. It was definitely SNES.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I would then get scared and then take it out and play Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, World is the one with the cape power up.
Yeah.
I
sucked with that game.
But that one's great.
It's okay. Here's one thing I don't understand because you talk about legacy and all this kind of shit and influence. Where the fuck is Mario 64?
Yeah, right.
Because I've always put like Legends of Zelda and like Mario 64 on like the same level of like here is a revolutionary game in that time period. I would also
argue that Super Mario 64 was more influential than Ocarina of Time even.
I think so.
I think like that if you look at what platforming was after, I mean, for the past like when that game came out, until like only like really in the past 10 years have platformers really fallen out. But for the 20 years after that, it was like the blueprint.
Oh, yeah.
Also, like I can see myself replaying Mario 64. I can't see myself replaying Ocarina of Time.
I mean, speedruns Super Mario 64 are still very popular, and speedruns of Legend of Zelda are dead. No one speedruns Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Well, it's because they've completely dismantled that game to the point where if you don't have a high skill cap, it's literally
and also Link doesn't say so long, gay Ganondorf, which I can't believe they removed.
They removed it.
I can't believe they removed it.
He just says so long. That's it.
That's got to be them admitting their Freudian slip up.
Yeah, Nintendo was like, no, he doesn't say gay Bowser. He says so longer Bowser. And I'm like, no. Everybody knows he says
You
gay
wouldn't have
Bowser.
removed it if he didn't say gay
Exactly.
Bowser. If he didn't say gay Bowser, you wouldn't have removed it.
Wait, how did they remove it?
So when they re-released it for the All-Star Mario
Yeah.
All-Star,
Oh, okay.
He just says so long.
they actually removed.
They just
that.
cut the line.
Yeah, they cut the line.
So long.
Yeah, they're like, instead of so long, gay Bowser, it's just so long.
Dude. Why
How
would they do
dare
that?
they? How
The best part of
Also,
the game. They
can we
got.
agree
they?
that was such a L move from Nintendo to release that box set and be like, you can never buy it ever again?
Yeah.
They released the Super Mario All-Stars and they said, oh, it's only
Sorry, I
available
just hate
until
the
March.
fact that you just put L in conversation.
No, L in the chats. L in
L
the
for
comments.
Luigi, you
Can we
know?
get L's in the comments? Can you believe they removed it?
That's such an L, Connor.
It
You're
is
such-
an
you're-
L.
You're such
It's
an
an
L.
L.
You're such an L.
That was an L on
God,
Nintendo's part.
What the fuck? Can we just agree that was a terrible move and they shouldn't have done
Yeah.
it?
All right, number 2, SoulCalibur. That's interesting.
That is
None of us are
interesting.
fighting game connoisseurs.
I've not played the original SoulCalibur. I don't even know. Here's the thing.
I have,
Alright.
but I was so bad at it that I just rage quit.
I think I played like SoulCalibur 4 or something.
Right.
But here's my fighting game take, right? Because none of us are fighting gamers. I don't know what makes a good fighting game.
Yeah. I don't dare comment on the quality of a fighting game because I don't want to touch. I don't want to piss off the fighting game fans.
This is like talking about good fighting games is literally talking about beeps and boots from music.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, I was this the one? Was this the one that came out on the? Which one's the one with the? I always forget the name of the. I have a really bad memory of the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Is the
Yeah.
Dreamcast the one with the? Which color was it? Was the Dreamcast white or was it black?
It was black, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
No, it was.
Or was it white?
Yeah, the one with the
no,
controller with
yeah,
the
yeah,
screen.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I was trying to. In my
Shenmue
head, I was like,
machine.
"Is this the one with the weird screen on the controller?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't have this.
No,
I
I
had-
wanted
I
one,
mean, they sold
but
it.
I
didn't have
had
it.
one friend that had a
The
Dreamcast.
shit was so expensive.
It
Yeah.
was.
Could
It
not get-
was.
in Europe. The shit was.
Oh, he was.
impossible.
He was the rich kid.
yeah, like you were the cool kid if you have the Dreamcast.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, Shenmue? You get to walk around in the world and they talk to you and stuff. That's fucking hype,
Was
bro.
this the first 3D fighting game? Is that why? What
I don't
what was
know.
the?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, 3D fighting game, probably Virtual Fighter.
Virtual
right?
Fighter.
Oh, Virtual
was
Fighter.
like-
Right, yeah. Was this like the first like mainstream that one then? Because I know Virtual Fighter didn't have like amazing success if
Yeah.
I recall correctly.
Virtual
Yeah.
Fighter 1983. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
God,
I don't know.
that's
This
crazy.
is this one is so random to me because I've never seen SoulCalibur on any top games of all time.
No.
list, but somehow it has universal acclaim
Okay.
on Metacritic.
Let me ask AI. Why is SoulCalibur so loved? Let's ask ChatGPT.
Wait, let's
Because
ask.
that will know, right?
Yeah.
Or Jeeves. Maybe Jeeves will know.
Let's ask ChatGPT what makes a good fighting game.
Why
Because
is
here's my interpretation of fighting games. You have two people that punch or kick each other. You have a variation of difficulty in terms of the combo.
Yeah.
And how easy it is to execute combo. Now, let's take all of these elements of how many fighters do you have, the variations of different fighters and stuff like that.
What are you yapping about?
I'm
There
trying.
are fighters and they fight and it feels good when they kick and punch
I'm trying to justify what do fighting gamers like in a good fighting game. I genuinely have no idea.
I don't know, but I'm already afraid for the
Okay.
comments of this episode.
Yeah.
We've already pissed off the Ocarina of
Okay.
Time fans, and now we're about to piss off the
Here
FGC.
we go. It's, SoulCalibur is often regarded as the most highly rated in the series due to several factors. Firstly, it was a significant improvement over its predecessor Soul Edge in terms of gameplay mechanics, graphics, and overall polish.
Okay.
The game introduced a deep and satisfying combat system with diverse characters, each with their own unique fighting styles and weapons. Additionally, it offered various game modes, including an engaging single-player campaign. Which, maybe fighting games back then didn't do that.
I guess, yeah.
Multiple battles and innovative features like the Weapon Master mode. Its impact on the fighting game genre, coupled with its critical acclaim and enduring popularity, solidified its position as one of the greatest fighting games of all time. Well, by
Damn.
this list, it's considered the best.
Well, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That's cool. I mean, like again, none of us know anything about fighting. It's probably
Yeah.
I probably as like a genre collectively. It's probably the one that we
know the least
we
of.
know the
Yeah,
least
know
of.
the-
Yeah.
I feel like every other genre, one of us has a little bit of experience
Yeah.
with, but
Yeah.
we don't know any.
We need a fighting game expert. Fighting gamers, please
We should
tell
have
me.
got Pete on this one. He's probably like pulling his hair out. This episode. He's
Fighting
played like
gamers,
every game
please
ever.
tell me what makes a good fighting game.
Yeah.
In terms of a critical point of view.
Grand Theft
But
Auto.
Grand Theft Auto 4
I'm
is,
surprised it's higher than 5.
well, 5 is number 9, right?
Are you?
number 9.
I thought, 4 was like touted as like just
4
the
is like the
best
definitive
overall,
one, right?
Experience.
Is it the definitive one? I thought 3 was the definitive one.
I think it's just the story
3?
and the characters.
Yeah, in terms of like legacy, 3 completely revolutionized like open world games, right? 4 was, I think, I would say like the first next gen kind of like Grand Theft Auto.
To be honest, man, I've only played 5, so I don't know.
I never got into Grand Theft Auto.
I've never completed the Grand Theft Auto.
Oh my god, we're fake gamers.
No.
What have we played?
Grand Theft Auto to me.
Ocarina of Time, I play that.
All I would ever do on Grand Theft Auto is just fuck around.
Yeah, same.
Same. I have never completed it because all I do was I get to the first few I get through like the first arc of the storyline. I'm like, all right, he's on the rise or something.
Right.
I start fucking around in the open world.
It just turns into a sandbox game.
Yeah.
The critic score is 98, but the user score is 8.2.
Holy shit.
It's quite different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wait, go to Grand Theft Auto 5. What is the user score versus the critic score for
I
that
think
one?
the user score will be higher in that one.
Yeah.
Only slightly.
Okay,
Oh,
only slightly. Only
okay.
slightly. What's the user score for Legend of Zelda? I'm wondering if
Ocarina of Time?
9.1.
Yeah,
Okay,
not as
okay.
high.
Checks
Yeah.
out.
Checks out.
Damn it! They've even.
Well,
they've even.
this kind of like interesting thing that happens when a game gets very popular.
Yeah.
Is that normally when you go to user rated scores, it'll be kind of like older niche games that like only
Yeah.
certain people have played.
Yeah.
Normally you get the higher spot because the more popular a game gets, the more you just invite everyone to play it. And they're like, I don't get why it's popular.
Yeah.
And then they start downvoting it or, and it's like, well, maybe if it's
The Citizen Kane of games.
well, I suppose so.
Like I have never finished a Grand Theft Auto. I'm not the biggest Grand Theft Auto fan. But
Yeah.
I can see why people fucking love this game and why this is such one of the biggest gaming franchises.
100%.
Well, critics
Period.
love it.
Huh?
Critics love it.
Critics
I-
absolutely
love
love
it.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Rockstar Games is like the way they've just revolutionized the open world. Like I said, with
I mean,
Grand
there's
Theft Auto
3
3.
Rockstar games in the top 10, so
Yeah,
it's Red Dead 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5.
2.
They're like,
3 games I've not played.
they're like those YouTubers that release one 4-hour video essay every 2 years.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
"It's
So I'm
gonna be a
putting
banger."
everything down.
It's gonna be a
consume
banger
it.
then.
Yeah.
Number 4, Super Mario Galaxy. My favorite.
W.
My favorite.
W. This game is.
game.
Is it good?
This game is actually good.
This is so fucking good.
9.1 and 97 on the.
I remember I bought this game on the day it came out, and I just remember the first experience of sitting down and just looking at the visuals of this. At the time, my mind was fucking blown.
This is probably one of the only games as well where I can actually remember the music and like how
dude.
godlike it was.
The orchestration is so goddamn good.
Okay, I have a question. Because
Okay.
More for you.
Okay,
right?
sure.
So you owned a Wii?
Dude, who didn't own a Wii?
I didn't own a Wii.
I love how you didn't even question the fact that I owned a Wii.
Wait, I thought everyone owned a Wii.
I didn't own a
Bro,
Wii.
it was like World War II trying to get a Wii. When it came
Yeah.
out.
Wait.
It was inescapable.
The Gen Z viewers might not appreciate how fucking popular the Wii was.
Oh
When
my
it-
god.
My dad had to he worked in Germany and you just couldn't get one in the UK. It was literally impossible to get a Wii when it was at its peak hype in the UK. So he had when it was in Germany, he had to bribe someone over the store to get a Wii. It's called buying, by the way. But he brought a Wii and I was like the coolest fucking kid because I managed to actually get a Wii.
Yeah.
Because to me, I guess this is a generational thing. Because to me, when the Wii came out, everyone got a fucking Xbox 360. Because online gaming, that was when this shit started to pop off. And back then, I was like, Mum, I'm switching over from being a Nintendo kid. I am no longer a child. Buy me an Xbox. I want to play Halo. I want to play Gears of War.
I think that did eventually happen, but that was 3-4 years into my Wii owning lifespan.
Yeah.
Because to me,
But the first run of Wii games, like Galaxy, like Wii Sports, like fucking Twilight Princess,
Yeah.
dude, it was the best.
The Christmas we got it, like everyone was playing. Like,
Everyone was playing.
Every family gathering, everyone would just play Wii.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good.
Yeah,
Because,
we still do it at my house.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if because like the reason I got an Xbox was because I was like Nintendo kid. Up until I got to high school, and you know, when you're in high school, you're like, I wanna be a cool kid. I wanna fit in, you know.
But everyone owned a Wii in my high school.
In my high
Well,
school,
no, everyone tried to get a Wii.
yeah. In my high school, like secondary school, no. Was it secondary school? I think it might have been college at this point.
Does this make sense?
No,
it was college. It was college.
Yeah.
college.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
we go. Like, because I was in high school. when
In college, everyone was like, "Why the fuck do you control it with a remote? What's up with that?" That's some weirdo shit.
I totally get that because the same thing happened in my school as well. Like
Yeah.
everybody, or all of my friends, at least in school,
Yeah.
owned like an Xbox 360
Yeah.
at the time and was like playing COD and stuff like that. Whereas I was the only kid in my class who had a Wii. and I was, at one point I was a little bit ashamed of it because I was like, I'm like, am I the only one that is like owning a Wii? But then when, you know, games like this came out and I was enjoying it in my own time, I was like, you know what? Fuck those guys. This game's goated.
I can't remember when I got it, but I must have been in actually primary school when I got a Wii. Like,
Yeah.
Well, 2007. Yeah,
2007.
I was in my first year of high school.
Yeah, I must have. Yeah, because I think
You must
it
have been
was-
still in primary school.
Yeah, because I think when I went to high school, I remember one day I went to my mate's house and he had an Xbox 360. Back when it was like the folder tab menu. Do you remember that?
Oh,
the original,
yeah.
The original Xbox UI. 360.
Oh, yeah.
One where it was like a yellow and then you'd flip and it was like a folder like tab.
Yeah.
And it would like go to like blue. And then he booted up Halo 3. And I
Was
remember
Halo 3 your first Halo?
Yes. And I remember I watched it
okay.
and I was like, holy shit, you guys got games like this? I was like, what the fuck?
It's interesting the difference that like a few years can make, because Halo 3 was my last Halo, I think.
I've only ever played Halo 1.
yeah.
Well, when I
right?
bought my Xbox, I got like 3 games that came with it for like the bundle. 'Cause I
Right.
remember back when you used to get like a bundle.
Right,
That's gone now. Now you just get 1 game if you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Back then, you used to have to sell like 4 games or no one would buy the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I remember it had like Halo Wars, Halo 3, and Forza Motorsports. I never fucking played Forza. That shit was ass.
I'm just surprised that we have 2 Super Mario Galaxies.
I mean,
back
Super
to
Mario
back,
Galaxy 2
They're
was
so
also
good.
amazing.
which happens to be the 2 Super Marios that
A
I just haven't played.
A lot of people consider second to be even better than the first.
Second
as well.
one, yeah, the second one I'd say is just as good. My favorite thing about Super Mario Galaxy is do you know about the secret hidden message in the title?
No.
Do you know about
Wait,
that?
I actually think I've seen this.
Yeah, so there's this thing it's so dumb, but basically in Super Mario Galaxy 1, right? I'll explain it to you, Gun, because you don't know. But like because it's in space, like there's like little sparkles that happen on the idle animation when you just sit on the menu for a while, and someone figured out
Then
that
a gay Bowser turns up, right?
no, well, it's if you actually look at the letters of the sparkles on the Super Mario Galaxy title card, it spells out you are Mr. Gay.
Wait, when he said kinda, I was just trolling.
And then the rabbit hole goes deeper. In Super Mario Galaxy 2, if you take the sparkle letters and read it backwards, it says, "Yeah, I am. Are you?"
Bro, this is some next level conspiracy shit, man. I don't want to hear about the moon landing. Tell me about the Mario Galaxy.
Nintendo's secret gay agenda.
I don't want my kids on a Wii. It's making them gay.
It's so funny.
Yeah, look, the top comment is they removed "You Are Mr. Gay," but added Yoshi.
It's my favorite.
That's so funny. They
That's
removed
hilarious.
"You Are Mr.
I can't
Gay."
believe they removed it.
But I love when Nintendo does that because it's almost like them recognizing that it was a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I like
yes,
how-
they recognize it said "So long, gay Bowser."
Yeah. Don't worry, better Nick.
like how this
yeah,
is-
I am. Are you?
I like how this is the shit that gets updated, you know, not anything else in their games, man.
Yeah, dude, I gotta crack that open. I bought the All Stars because I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get all these games again on one cartridge.
Oh, dude, I replayed the Switch version.
Fuck,
At
yeah.
least Super Mario Galaxy 1, just as good. It controls amazing. The music is fucking phenomenal. It's just an amazing 3D
So
platformer.
you two agree these two are the best
I
two
do
Mario
think-
Super Mario games?
I think I played all of the main Super Mario
Because these are the only
Games.
ones I haven't played in the mainline.
And I think
Mario
these are my
games.
favorites.
These are up there for me,
like,
for sure.
A lot of people gave it criticism initially because the worlds are all self-contained and you do one level and you're done.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the times, what makes a traditional 3D Mario game is you go in one world and you can go and get any star you want, but you can also like line up to get like a certain star.
Yeah.
And this was kind of, a lot of people didn't like that you were kind of locked into getting one star when you clicked on it.
Yeah.
But they did such a good job.
The worlds were just so fucking creative.
And the comets were sick too.
The comet levels were cool. Like they added like extra challenges on top of it as well. And then you can unlock Luigi.
And the gravity
like,
was such a good
replay it.
mechanic as
Oh,
well
the
with
gravity
the
mechanic is
worlds.
amazing.
I mean, I don't see anything beating Sunshine for me. But
So I love Sunshine a lot too, but I just think that this just edges out a little bit for me.
nah, it's the vibe. Sunshine has the vibe, man.
I mean,
it's
the music's really
untouched.
good in Sunshine.
It
to
is
be fair.
good.
It's
It is
just
good.
it's not just the music.
If all the
everything,
3D
man.
games have if all the 3D Mario games have one thing is that they all have phenomenal music.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then we have
Breath
of
of the
course
Wild.
Breath of the Wild, which is, you know, arguably amazing. Yeah. I really fucking enjoyed this game.
I think around this place in the list was about where I expected Breath of the Wild, and I would not disagree with it. This is about it. This is
What's the latest review? I just want to know when they did it. December 17th. Okay, I was just wondering, it would have been funny if you're a game critic. You're like, you guys heard of this game? Super Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Legend Breath
It'd be
of the
so
Wild.
funny if you just that
Yeah.
late to a review. I mean, to be fair, he was like 8 months late. This game grin fellow.
Yeah.
He's like, guys, you heard about this game?
Yeah, it's actually good.
It's 100.
Yeah, it's amazing. In case you haven't heard.
Yeah, but we've talked a lot of Breath of the Wild in
Yeah.
previous podcasts, so we can move on.
We can
this,
move
this,
on.
This pretty much.
Notice how
This
Tears
pretty
of the
much-
Kingdom isn't there.
Well, it might be on the list somewhere. Boys, stop everything that you're doing right now because I have to let you know that this episode of Trash Taste is sponsored by Sakuraco. You guys should know by now, Sakuraco is the monthly Japanese artisan snack box that supports local Japanese snack makers. Each box coming with 20 traditional, authentic, and artisan Japanese snacks, including Japanese teas and a special Japanese tableware. Each month, Sakuraco has its own distinct theme with all of the snacks pairing up with that theme. The theme for this month is Traditions of Tokyo. Have you ever thought to go back in history to see what kind of snacks the old Japanese people were eating back in the day? Well, there's no better box than this month's. If you want something sweet, then I would recommend these Belgium waffles, milk tea flavored as well. With a little bit of cream in there as well. It's sweet and delicious. Or if you want something a little more savory, like I usually do, then you can try these hineri twisted little chips with a great little crunch involved as well. You can pair all of that with this month's tea pairing as well, the kuromamacha or black bean tea. It's quite subtle, quite delicious as well. And of course, you can enjoy all of that with this month's tableware. This cute little plate here with lots of Tokyo iconography on it. Very adorable. Each box comes with its own cultural guide booklet containing Japanese cultural information and explanations of each snacks, like where it comes from, its ingredients, and its allergen information. So get that authentic Nippon experience by checking out Sakuraco by clicking the link in the description below. And if you use our coupon code on screen right now, you can get yourself a little bit of a discount at checkout too. You're welcome. Thank you to Sakuraco for sponsoring this episode. Back to the show.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
I
Pro
like
Skater
Tony-
3.
I like Tony Hawk a lot. I don't know if I would say it's in the top 10 greatest games of all time.
Nah, man, you.
I don't know if
I don't know. I feel like you're too young for the.
No, I played it. Yes, you can. Yeah, I know. You can hop the greatest hits now.
Yeah.
They gave that to everything on the PS2.
They did.
They gave it to
Everything was like
everything.
Platinum Edition, and it was just like, what
Because
is
okay. Here's the thing, right?
Game of the Year Edition?
Dude, Xbox had the ugliest fucking games when they had the platinum covers. And you're like, this looks like ass. Give me the puke green back.
Yeah.
They'd cover it in this horrible gray border. It was hideous. The problem is, right, when you look at this list, this is saying that this is the best PS2 game of all time.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Come on.
That's a tough call.
We don't agree on that, surely.
I love Tony
Okay.
Hawk,
the
but
best PlayStation 2, the game with like the most games ever. The console with the most.
what would you say then would be the top PS2 game for you?
Fuck, that is like asking what is your favorite grain of rice you've ever had. They're all bangers.
Metal Gear Solid 3 for me.
You could probably think of like 5 games that you know what I mean, easily.
There's
Yeah,
so many
I mean, Snake
amazing
Eater
games.
is probably my favorite.
Snake Eater is amazing.
My favorite Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Sorry, my favorite PlayStation 2 game.
Type in top
of all time.
10 PS2 games.
Yeah.
And I want to see if Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
I'm surprised it's
pops
Pro
up.
Skater 3 because I thought Pro Skater 2.
Pro Skater 2, right?
was like the
it's
beloved
the definitive one.
Okay. Go to the IGN.
Let's see what IGN say.
IGN.
Let's see what IGN say.
I bet it's
Let's see
not.
what
I bet it's
No,
not.
Tony Hawk's is going to be on there.
It's not
man.
going to be on there.
Oh,
Shut up.
All right. Let's see this.
Let's see. Let's go down.
right.
Guitar Hero 2.
3.
Oh,
I'm
2.
just saying it's not going to be in the
Is that
top
2?
10.
Sly Cooper based.
Goated should be top 5.
Yeah.
that would be
played
my
Skyrim.
top 5.
Ico.
Never heard
I don't
of
get it.
NBA Street.
NBA Streets. Kingdom Hearts
Kingdom Hearts 2.
2.
Get that fuck out of here.
Tony Hawk's
Okay, there's
Underground.
Underground.
There's Underground.
Okay. Disgaea, all right.
Why the fuck is that number 19?
Come on.
That above
Speed it up,
Underground is
speed it up.
wild.
yeah.
Ratchet and Clank. Okay.
Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, whatever.
Burnout
Sure.
Revenge. Oh,
Yes!
that was so good.
I mean, Burnout 3 is my personal favorite.
Okay, Burnout 3
But
was up
Revenge
there.
was also good.
Yeah.
All right, Psychonauts. Okay, good game.
Yeah.
All
Devil
right,
May Cry
DMC 3.
Yeah.
Katame Damacy. Okay.
All right.
Jack and
Jack 2. Jack and Daxter. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bully.
Bully. All right. God of War.
God of
okay.
War.
I mean, there's so
Okami.
many-
Yes. Let's
Okami.
go.
So many goated
Final
games.
Fantasy
Fantasy
10.
10,
Yes.
all
Let's
right.
go. Silent Hill 2.
2.
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid Sons of Liberty.
So many good games. Vice
Vice
City.
City. Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah, RE4. Of course.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Goated.
Snake Eater.
Yeah. And San Andreas.
San Andreas.
I would it's. I don't deny how good of a game it was, but come on.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I mean,
not-
it is.
There's just too much goated
Yeah,
competition.
it is
with
not the
PS2.
best PS2
I
game.
feel like in a lot of ways, Tony Hawk's like the game was a cultural phenomenon.
Oh yeah.
Like this got people interested in skating that had no fucking interest in skating.
What are you on about? Skateboarding was like the coolest thing ever. in the 90s.
No. This is like
What are you on about?
Tony Hawk, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, right?
Mm-hmm.
That got people who like had no interest in skating interested in skating. I'm sure like skateboarding was already big.
Yeah,
originally.
skateboarding was like the thing of the 90s. When you think about 90s, you think like rock music and skateboarding and like punk. It's like the 90s.
But I feel like Tony Hawk's played such like a massive role into like what this. Okay, it restart. All right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like without like a Tony Hawk figure, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And
that's
it's-
what I mean. He's one of the reasons why skateboarding got so popular.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like, I think that like that's not enough to
And
say
bro,
that it's the
the
greatest
fucking
PS2 game.
The soundtrack
The
is
soundtrack
Okay, it's good.
of
It's
Tony
good.
Hawk's
I'm just my
as
argument
well.
is that it's not even in the top 10 PS2 games.
Well, according
You
to
literally
IGN.
just saw that it wasn't even in the top 25. Underground was higher. You saying?
Okay, I don't think Underground should be fucking higher than.
Yeah, but even then, it wasn't even in the top 20. Yeah, I just think that like it's a great game, culturally impactful. Yes, not in the top 10 PS2 games.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at that short list of IGN games like Shadow of the Colossus, Final Fantasy X, I would rate higher than Tony Hawk 3 personally. But hey, the numbers don't lie, I guess, for some reason.
I would rate Tony Hawk's higher than Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
All right.
I don't know.
I don't care much for Shadow of the
I don't
Colossus.
get Shadow of the Colossus.
I don't get the hype around it.
What do you
I-
mean?
People like beat their meat to the to Shadow of the Colossus train, and like I swear it's one of those like collective gaslights. Like when they got a remake, it felt like everyone was trying to gaslight everyone and
Oh
thinking
my
it's the best thing
fucking
ever.
god! Me and Connor agree.
Hold
I
on.
was like,
Have you guys played it?
Yes, I've completed it. I've completed it.
But everyone tried to like, and I've watched playthroughs.
Yeah.
I watched I think I watched like probably I don't know some fucking.
No, you can't experience that through a playthrough.
I know. But like when I'm watching it, I'm like, yeah, nah.
What's good about it, Joe?
It was just the fucking scale of the game, especially back in the PS2 era. Like there was, obviously
The remake was right? Like the remake, like whatever.
remake was aight. Yeah,
Like, everyone tried to gaslight everyone online. They'd be like, if you said a bad word about Shadow of the Colossus, they'd be like, what? It's Shadow of the Colossus.
For me, what like fucking blew my mind with Shadow of the Colossus was just the fact that I've never played a game up until that point that just had the scale of Shadow of the Colossus. Like, there's lots of games where you like fight big monsters and stuff like that, obviously, right? That are like way bigger than your character. But Shadow of the Colossus took that so much further than any other game where it's just like, oh my god, I have to fucking go up against that. And also
Did Shadow of the Colossus come out before God of War? Because I feel like God of War did that as well.
I don't know.
Or just like
I mean,
I might think of God of War 3 actually.
I've never played the first God of War, so I don't know.
Yeah.
2005 it came out.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the gameplay, it was alright. It was
Oh, same year.
Same year. Okay. Like, I cannot understand. And to preface this, I played Shadow of the Colossus way after, the original release, way after the hype of just whatever impact Shadow of the Colossus had. But I remember thinking, man, the gameplay is pretty fucking basic, isn't it? It's the horse. The horse is shit. The horse, I just fuck the horse. Fuck the horse.
Aggro.
You can. It never goes where he wants you to go.
Aggro was a bit of a dick. He just never went the direction he wanted
I was
to go.
just like, why?
It was like trying to rein in a real horse.
It was. I was like, go this direction, and he was like, nah. I'm gonna do my own thing, actually.
Half the time he's just like, fucking, let's go.
Yeah. And then I did, like a big reason why people talk about, why Shadow of Colossus is such an amazing game is because of the storyline. It's because of the storyline, and I was just like, it's I
mean, for me, it's not even about the story per se. It's
Yeah.
more so just about the fact that like each of the Colossus that you would fight would just have such like obviously, especially at the time, had such like a unique way of like, you had to look at it and be like, all right, how the fuck am I going to tackle this thing that is like 50, 100 times my size, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it combined this like element of like exploration while also trying to figure out strategies of like how to control this thing. And that, especially at the time, was so fucking revolutionary for me because it's like, I'd never played a game that combined those two so seamlessly in a way that was like actually exciting every single time. Like I remember playing the game and getting excited about like, all right, what is the next Colossus going to look like? Like, what is this next foe that I have to go up against? Is it like underwater based now? And it's like, well, that just adds a whole new level of element. And then not to mention that like in order to, gain more stamina in the game to like hold on for dear life while you're trying to climb up this Colossus, you had to do, different kinds of world exploration as well. So like it was just like, it just had the vibe.
Okay, and that's one thing I will say.
I'll allow you
does
a vibe.
have the vibe.
It had an immaculate. It had such an immaculate vibe, and the whole choice of like using like the very limited color gradient as well in that game was just so cool looking.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll allow a vibe. I'll allow a vibe.
Your Honor, my client, please
a
vibe.
vibe.
My client, please vibe.
My client requesting a vibe check.
We will allow a vibe.
My client, please vibe check. Actually, Your Honor, I'm like,
I'll allow it.
All right.
I'll allow it. It did have the vibe.
Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2, never
which,
played it.
Apparently has some of the best writing and best characters you can find in any video game.
A giant movie TV series.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Made into a game.
I feel like I feel like I can have an opinion on Red Dead 2 with the amount of different analysis I've seen of Red Dead 2.
I've seen all the Nakey Jakey videos.
Oh yeah, he like re-released a video.
Yeah, he made a video, re-released a video.
But I heard like, there's a lot of like tediousness in the game that is fixed through mods that makes it a lot more of an enjoyable experience.
Yeah. Like I would say based on purely watching YouTube analysis videos, everyone's problem with Red Dead 2 is exactly the same problem that I could never complete a GTA game, which is like, okay, this is like really well written. Open world is fucking fantastic. But then you get to the missions and it's just like, go to X, go to Y. And a lot of the reason I couldn't finish a GTA game was because you had some like really cool, exciting characters. And then they'd be like, we're gonna like go to, you gotta tell this person or you gotta do something completely irrelevant.
Something you just don't want to do.
Go to the shipyard and start stacking some boxes, and that's the mission. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. All right, I'm just gonna explore the open world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I'm not really into that form.
We're clearly not the audience for
I
this.
like fucking around in those games, but I don't really. I mean, I know I should play this game, but just haven't got around to it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let's move
Let's move on from there. We've talked about GTA 5. Metroid Prime.
I didn't play Metroid Prime.
Talking about vibe. Let's talk about the vibe for
Vibe
a second.
check for this?
Vibe check.
Immaculate.
So this is the best Metroid game, then you'd say?
Yes. Best one I've played.
Yeah, it's definitely up there for me.
No, Joey.
No.
I don't want to hear. This is the second time you've said, it's definitely up there.
Is it the best Metroid game?
Give me a take.
You have to tell us it's the best Metroid
yes,
or
it
not.
is the best Metroid game.
I like Super Metroid more, but that's just me.
No.
You like the original.
I like the Super Nintendo.
Let me tell you what Super
Metroid
Metroid is missing, Joey.
What?
The vibe.
What the fuck are you talking about? Super Metroid was vibe central.
No, not as much as Prime, man. Not as much. Prime is like unmatched in terms of just like the soundtrack, the atmosphere.
It does look crazy good for 2002.
Yeah. I mean, even for like a GameCube game, this was top tier in terms of how good it looks, but it has that perfect balance between stylistic and realism. So I recently replayed Metroid Prime when they got re-released, and I was like, holy shit, this game has aged beautifully.
Amazingly
it is aged beautifully.
My friend had this, and he wouldn't lend it to me. I remember he was telling me how good it was. I was like, can I borrow it and play it? He's like, no. I was like, why not? He's like, I'm still playing it. And he never stopped playing it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck, man? Let me play it.
I mean, it's a great fucking game, man.
Yeah, I mean, the only real problem I had with Metroid Prime back in the day, or in terms of playing the original one, which they fixed with the remake, is the control scheme.
It was really weird. Right?
Yeah, it was a super weird control scheme that definitely got fixed in the re-release. So this is like never a better time to play Metroid Prime. And yeah, I do genuinely think it is the best Metroid that I've played. I haven't played too many. I played Super Metroid as well.
Yeah.
I played
Also,
I've never played a Metroid game.
It was actually
Thanks, guys.
You should.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Actually, one that I was thoroughly impressed with was the most recent one, Metroid Dread. That one.
Yeah, I didn't play Metroid.
That one also
I didn't play
passes
Metroid
the
Dread.
vibe check. I think it's called Metroid.
I
Dread.
saw the reviews weren't as
This doesn't pass
high.
the vibe check.
It passed the vibe check for me.
Were they? Am I crazy?
The fucking robots in this shit. That was not vibes, Joey.
That fucking terrified me.
That was not the vibe, Joey. I'm saying.
I really enjoyed Dread.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Dread. I think that
It's crazy.
it's pretty high.
I had like clocked this in my memory as being not as highly reviewed, but it's still
it is highly
yeah, but like I mean,
reviewed.
not as highly.
Oh yeah.
Like, isn't that crazy? I'm like, yeah, it was only an 8.8. Whereas all the other all the other Metroid's like 9.5 games.
I mean, I really enjoyed this one, but
Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime, it's definitely up there. Totally deserves to be number 10, in my opinion.
It is the best Metroid.
Super Metroid is better, but all right.
On this.
GTA 3.
We've talked about this.
I don't want to talk about GTA.
Yes.
All right. Super Mario Odyssey.
I mean,
goated. This is a great fucking game. This is what like this has the vibe and the controls of Mario 64, but it just made all the it took all the problems that Mario 64 had and just solved it in the most beautiful way. I think this is like the modern reinterpretation of Mario 64 when it comes to the vibe. I think.
Joey, okay.
You cannot.
Now
you're overusing.
Okay, Joey. Oh my God. Joey.
Okay, good Mario game. Very good Mario game.
What do you mean by the vibe of Super Mario N64?
Well, in terms of like, for example, like the moon system in Mario Odyssey, right, is very similar to say like Mario 64 in the sense where like you enter a singular level, but you can approach any of, like in Mario 64, you can approach most of the stars in any order that you want. In the same way with this as well, you can approach the moons in any order that you want. It kind of forces you to not only look for these key things that you need to collect, but it also gives you like so many different options to problem solve to get to them.
Is he talking about vibe? Because I feel like he's talking about structure.
Yeah, structure.
No, this is different. I'm done with the vibe section. I'm on to the structure.
You know, when I look back, I feel like overwhelmed when I think about the game. When I look back on it, I'm like, there was so much stuff.
I mean, what, there's 900 moons that you can collect in this game?
So much stuff in that game.
I feel like with this game, I actually can't remember too much about it because New Donk City just like was such a holy shit moment for me that it just like erased every other memory I had.
I was just trying to I was having that thought. I was trying to think about the worlds. The dinosaur one, cool.
Yeah, the desert level.
Yeah.
Desert, but like, we had the like samurai.
Yeah.
That was
like
cool.
To me, like New Donk City was so fucking cool and just so wholly different to any other Mario experience I'd had before. That to me was like a gaming moment I'll never forget for the rest of my life. Just exploring it for the first time.
Yeah, it was really good. Somewhat as good as Galaxy there in my head.
right.
Sorry, Ron, you're having a subpar gaming experience.
Yeah,
Not how bad you
I don't
seem.
know. I don't see sunshine up there. Halo combat.
Finally, a real
evolved.
game on this list.
Okay, well, I've never played
The
this.
first
so
real game
You're
on
gonna
this
have
list.
to sell me on this corner.
I mean, it's the
Has
go.
this aged well?
No, horribly.
So this is purely nostalgia, you'd say.
Oh, no. I mean, wait, when
Yes.
was the last review? When was the last review, actually? I'm curious when.
Well, with the amount of re-releases this has gotten,
Yeah, this has been re-released like 19 times and
Right.
remastered. I mean, it's what like arguably like kicked off Xbox and first-person shooters and popularized them. Like this was like more popular than like COD when it came out.
Really?
At least because COD took like a.
was it?
COD didn't really kick into.
No, are you talking about? Do you mean COD or COD 4?
Because COD 4, yeah, COD 4.
Okay.
COD 4 is what like sent COD into like the atmosphere of like.
I mean,
stratosphere of, like,
I mean,
popularity.
COD 4 was just like, okay, Halo 2, you know, that really,
Halo 2 is what like brought multiplayer.
yeah, that brought multiplayer gaming to like a more popular audience. COD 4 is what made it fucking mainstream. You know,
Yeah,
that's what I
absolutely.
feel.
Because yeah, COD was so digestible.
Yeah.
I mean, I went back and played this. So I played 3, and then I liked 3 so much, I was like, oh, I'll see what else is going on. And then I played it.
So this came out before 3?
Well, it's the first one.
Oh, this is the first one. Oh, my bad. I thought this was like a spin-off.
No, it's the first game. But it's called Combat Evolved.
Oh, I thought it was just called Halo.
No, it's called
That's
Halo
why I was so
Combat Evolved.
confused. I was like, wait, why have I not heard of this game? Oh, then yes, I have played this.
Wait, you've played the original Halo?
I've only played the original Halo.
Okay.
The very first one?
The very first one. This is the very first one,
Do you
right?
think it's aged well?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun and it does a goodish job. But yeah, I mean, the 2001, you know, God of War came and Shadow of the Colossus 4 years later. Like this is like pretty fucking early on.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of first-person shooters. Obviously, there was more iconic ones that was, as well that were I don't know what more.
Yeah.
But we had GoldenEye, which came out in 1996.
Yeah.
And we had other stuff like that. So there was first-person shooters, but this was really the one that people were like, holy shit. And then 2 was really what kind of set it off.
Right.
Two. I mean, actually, no. I mean, it's really hard to say because the hype for 1 was also the hype for Halo 2 was insane as well. Like people.
No, I feel like Halo 1 was just like, because this was a new IP, right? This was Microsoft releasing Xbox and being like, okay, guys, how do we compete with Nintendo and PlayStation? Well, PlayStation has the entire library, like one of the greatest game libraries in the history of gaming. Xbox, what do we have? Halo. And you know what? Halo fucking soloed that shit, man. This is like the biggest solo carry for a console I've seen in my life,
I
man.
could be misremembering. I thought that Halo came out on PC.
No, it came out on Xbox.
No.
Xbox.
I know it's Xbox, but I didn't come out on PC at the same time.
No.
Am I crazy?
No. This was an Xbox exclusive.
Oh.
Yeah. And pretty much when everyone discussed Xbox, the original one at least, it was like,
Halo.
I've only heard people talk about Halo.
Yeah.
And
But I remember watching a video about it, and it was like the hype for 2 was like off the charts.
No, it
Like,
was,
people
it
were-
was.
because
It
1
was.
was so popular.
Yeah, because 1 was so popular and 1 put Xbox on the map, and Halo was that killer app for Xbox. So when Halo 2 came out, the hype was insane. It was the first time I remember seeing news articles or like news reports about people lining up at for the midnight release. Like that was the first time I'd seen a game do that. So I don't want to like downplay the hype of Halo 2 because it was fucking insane.
I just know that it was like what caused most people to go out and get Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And get one of those little like, connect to the internet and.
Yeah,
gaming.
exactly. Halo as a game, I feel like it's the first game I remember where now a lot of AAA games have, let's say, these big bombastic set pieces. It kind of felt like, oh, okay, I'm almost playing like it's like I'm playing a game, but also it's like I'm part of like a big movie, a big budget movie.
Yeah.
Halo was, I feel, the first game that really captured that energy of just, okay, I feel like I'm the main character of a fucking 80s action movie
it's
right
so
now.
epic.
You know, and it felt really like really cinematic in some cases, and some of the set pieces was just like, to my however old I was, 13,
Oh my god, yeah,
14-year-old mind was fucking
your brain
insane.
is like,
Yeah. But judging Halo by today's standards, it's there are some games
the
on
thing
this.
is the first person shooter genre has been so thoroughly explored
Yeah.
that going back to this feels pretty tough.
Still has the most goated title screen song though.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That can never be replaced.
Story wise, they like through a first person shooter set it so well, and
Yeah.
that's another reason why it did so well.
Is the story good? I don't
Yeah,
know.
the story's great. I mean, it's based off books.
I only ever played multiplayer. I never actually played the single
Oh,
player.
okay.
I mean, like it wasn't made for.
I always feel like it's just a basic fucking action movie. No. Right?
After 3 went shit, like 4 onwards, it's like horrible.
Yeah,
Really?
1, 2, 3 is such a good story. Because like number 3, you team up with the Arbiter to take down.
Bro, that's just like some anime shit.
Bro, no, what the heck?
Yo, and he teams up with the bad guy, and then they
He's
fucking
not the bad guy. Master Chief's just racist, and he finally overcomes that guy.
And it's the rivals coming together
Actually,
to fight the bigger evil.
I'll be
the
honest,
Flood.
I actually don't remember the story very well. But I remember it was hype as fuck, and I like the story.
Because I remember playing through Halo, and I was just like, okay, we fight bad people. Okay, we fight the bad aliens. Oh, there's a secret evil bad alien that is even badder. And okay, now we join together.
God, I love Halo. Dude, yeah, I don't remember. I'm trying to argue for it, and I just don't remember much.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say the story did everything it needed to.
I wouldn't put it in the top
was.
15 there.
I wouldn't calling it a good story.
I wouldn't put it in the top 15.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So next up,
NFL 2K1. Sports ball.
None of us play.
What?
Look
Dude?
at the fucking user score though.
What is this?
What the fuck? This is a Dreamcast
I'm
American
guessing this
football
must
game.
be based on reviews of when this came
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, it must
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just.
Let's just ignore that one.
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Okay.
Okay, Half-Life 2.
That's expected. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's
fair.
expected.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember much of the story, but I remember enjoying myself playing it.
I mean, if we're talking about influence, it's probably one of the most single most influential game of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In like so many aspects.
And I still think it holds up to this day as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's talking about games like Halo. Would you replay it? I probably wouldn't replay it. I would definitely still replay Half-Life 2 if I wasn't a fucking pussy. And I hate the head crabber monster things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I really wanted to play the VR Half-Life, but like my childish memories of how terrified I was
my
of like
God.
Half-Life 2,
Yeah,
I was like,
no.
I can't do this
Yeah.
again. I can't do this again. But yeah, fantastic game. And
when's Half-Life 3?
yeah, it's
Why
never
did
coming,
that?
Joe. It's never coming.
I'm still
Valve
holding
is
hope.
making too much money from Steam. They
BioShock.
don't need to make.
I'm kind of
BioShock
impressed
1.
that it's so high up. I never actually played a BioShock. It seems like a Gaunt type of game, though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I've only ever watched Arky play this.
Seems very atmospheric.
This
Yeah.
is not an. I wouldn't expect this to be an Arky game.
Arky fucking loves BioShock.
Yeah.
It's like one of her favorite game series. And I watched her play it and I was like, all right, this doesn't seem like my type of game personally, but I can totally see why people fucking love this
Yeah,
series.
talking about games with good narratives. This BioShock.
Yeah, I never played Fallout, but those BioShock and Fallout were always in the same part of my like brain. I would categorize them as like atmospheric, story-driven, like
Yeah.
first-person shooters.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
I've never been much of a first-person shooter gamer
Me
per
neither.
se. Like
You
it's
said that with such a like disdain.
First person shooter
gamer. But I mean, BioShock stood out to me for the storyline, mainly for the fucking ending, which
Yeah, apparently has one of the greatest twists.
which back in the day blew my fucking mind
Yeah.
because before I was like, okay, first person shooter story, Halo, blow things up, and then I
respect
played
that.
BioShock and I was like, holy fucking shit, I did not see that coming at all. Would I see it coming now? Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, back in the day,
Yeah,
fucking
I
good.
remember back in the day when people were playing this game around me, the only thing I heard about why this game was goated was the "Would you kindly" line. Right?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's great.
Must have seen the reviews and the user scores being so high.
Yeah.
So I guess it deserves this.
Yeah, I mean, this is like I said, anything that's narrative driven, I think would age well because at the end of the day, even if the gameplay might have been dated a little bit, it's still worth it just to experience the story of BioShock.
All right, what's
All
next
right.
up?
What's next? We got GoldenEye.
It's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it literally popularized
Yes.
The OG.
first-person shooter
Aged
multiplayer.
horribly. Right?
Oh yeah, it's horrible. It is horrible to play
Holy
this game.
I mean,
now.
most games in the N64 era have not aged
But
that
especially first-person shooter games on that fucking control scheme.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, I think, the first multiplayer game that, I fell in love with because I have everyone
Dude,
my
the
age.
story missions are so good in this game, though.
I can't remember the story missions.
Oh my god, I used to get so scared doing all the graveyard mission. Did you play this one?
Yeah, I played it.
Do you remember the graveyard? That thing is fucked.
Yeah, yeah. It
And then the
was
one on the
scary.
satellite, and you'd have to go on the beams on the. On
Oh,
that
I had to get my
famous-
friend to finish that one for me.
It was
I
so
actually
hard.
I couldn't do it. Yeah.
It was so good. I mean, it was just a cool. Like, every mission was sick.
That and the fucking Crash Bandicoot bridge level are like the
Oh my
two
gosh.
video game levels to this day I haven't finished.
I do not remember
It's actually
this.
a really good story on top. A really good like single player experience on top of being the thing that made multiplayer popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I was always a Perfect Dark. When Perfect
Oh, it's
Dark
by Rare as well. So
out.
I mean,
Yeah, it's by Rare, and I felt like what was missing from this, what was missing from this, Perfect Dark had. And I have more fond memories of Perfect Dark than I do of GoldenEye.
I
But
think it just helps with the James Bond branding because James Bond in the 90s was like
yeah.
super
Yeah.
popular, and I mean it's still popular now, but I think it definitely had a bit more going for it back then.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's up there it's definitely influential.
I think it
Everyone
deserves the
everyone has a fond GoldenEye memory.
Just
our
another
age.
another
Yeah.
W for the Rareware games during this era as well.
I mean, did they release a bad game?
Bring it back, man. Bring it back. Bring that era back.
Uncharted
2.
Never played it.
Unfortunately, I have not played the Uncharted games, but I
Me
do know
neither.
Naughty Dog games.
Every Naughty Dog game looks the same to me. Am I allowed to say that? Everything looks. Every time I see gameplay, it looks
expand.
exactly the same.
Okay, yes.
It's a
Right.
guy running through with a gun and a bunch of cinematic things happening.
Yes.
But it's always just
Or
like,
it's Crash Bandicoot.
like
the only two.
I would gladly play a Crash Bandicoot game over this. Like,
Oh, yeah.
whenever I see Uncharted gameplay or whatever, or the story happening, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'd
if you show
rather-
me a scene of an Uncharted
I'd rather watch a
game-
movie.
Yeah.
I'd just rather watch a movie.
yeah, I
It
mean,
looks
that's
pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I feel about because I haven't played Uncharted, but it looks like a movie, and and if it plays anything like The Last of Us, I mean, The Last of Us wasn't bad gameplay, but it wasn't anything revolutionary. It was the narrative and the story telling for that game that was revolutionary. I don't know about Uncharted 2.
I think none of us have played it. That's why I was slandering it.
Yeah.
Also, the internet has ruined me. Whenever I see Uncharted 2, this title, I just think of Among Thieves Nuts.
But you're so dumb. You're so dumb.
It's like, what was Uncharted 2 called again? Among Thieves? Among These Nuts!
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
I mean,
Thanks, internet.
Yeah, I kind of wish I gave it a shot because I'm sure I'd speak fondly of it. But
I've heard more people would say like sing their praises for Uncharted 4, if anything.
Yeah.
To be honest, man, I couldn't tell you the fucking difference.
They all look the same to me.
They all look the same, yeah.
Which I guess is the point of a game
Yeah.
series. This episode is sponsored by Gamersupps.
You know what I love more than my dad? Gamersupps. Just kidding.
No matter what, Gamersupps would never go out for cigarettes and not come back. Gamersupps comes back with more Gamersupps, baby!
Hey, Joey from the Fuji here. Did you know actually that Gamersupps right now is doing the Panda Drop, which includes a cup, a shirt, a beanie, a hoodie, sweatpants, and a lunchbox. That's pretty goddamn epic if I've ever heard it. Now let's teleport back to the studio. Woo!
Drink Gamersupps, drink Gamersupps, drink Gamersupps.
Whenever I'm at the tail end of my gooning session, Gamersupps helps me recover and come back to reality.
There was a time in my life when I was a loser. There was also a time in my life when I hadn't had Gamersupps. I don't know when those ended, but I think they correlate. I'm still a loser. What am I talking about?
You want to stop being a loser, Connor? Then you should drink some more Gamersupps.
And you know what? They also have the waifu cups as well, in case your gooning session hasn't gone long enough.
It's keto friendly with 0 sugar, caffeine to maximize energy, no fillers for a better nutritional value, and 5 of the body's most crucial vitamins and minerals.
Listen, I don't know what that means, but I think it's good, and you should too. So make sure you go to that link and get some Gamersupps.
If you don't, we will come.
We will come if you buy it. So please buy it. As Jesus said, let them come.
Back to the episode.
Resident Evil 4.
4.
I
So
mean,
it was GameCube first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw that list of top PS2 games, I was like, you guys are getting comfortable putting GameCube games on your list.
I mean, this is like the definitive Resident Evil game, so I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Is it?
Yeah, this is like
Yeah.
normally considered the best one.
This is considered the best one.
I've never really played. I've never played a
I
Resident
played
Evil.
the remake.
Yeah, 4. I mean,
No
4.
thoughts?
Yeah, 4 and 2 I've played.
I've played 4, 5, and 5's the one in Africa.
Oh, yeah,
And then 6 the one in the house. Or is it 7?
That's 7, I think.
I've played 6 and I've played 8.
Okay.
The one in Africa was weird. I did not like that game.
I completely forgot that game.
I mean, everyone says that's always like the action game more than it is.
No, that's 6. 6 is the action.
Oh,
game.
is 6 the action game?
5 is a weird one where it's like they're trying to be epic, but you're just like, oh, okay, because it's like, the story's weird too. It's just a weird game. It's such a weird game.
I mean, don't all Resident Evils have like a really weird storyline?
Yeah, but I think 4 when I played 4, I was like, okay, this kind of makes this feels good.
4 probably made the most sense.
And then 5, you're like, okay, so they just have like a sickness, and I gotta shoot them all. Okay, this feels a bit weird. All right, sure.
What is the storyline to 4?
4.
Yeah.
Okay. This is you are asking me a tough question now.
Yeah,
Well, you played the remake,
played
right?
4 recently.
You played 4 recently.
All I know is that I
can't
have to
remember.
I have to save the president's daughter, and there is a disease,
Yeah.
and it's evil, and it's a resident of the village. That's the name. And
there's 4 of them.
there's 4 of them. There's 4 diseases.
I can't remember. I haven't played it since the GameCube, so I can't remember.
I'll be honest. I cannot remember a single story from any of the 4 Resident Evil games I've played.
Because they're all really weird as fuck.
I mean, 8 was probably kind of cohesive. You're just kind of in a village and you're trying to figure out why you're in the village.
Uh-huh.
And then it gets really shit halfway through because they
Is
decided
8
that
the one that's like first person?
yes.
I thought that was 7.
7 was the house.
Oh, yeah, the house.
7 was the
This
house.
is the one that I've heard is the best, and ironically, the one I haven't played.
I played a
Right.
little bit of this.
Apparently, it's terrifying.
It's fucking.
Yeah, I've heard it's absolutely like shit yourself
I only played it
terrifying.
Oh,
because-
8 is the one with the giant goth mom.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the first half of this game is solid, and then it becomes shit in the second half.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of give up on it being scary.
Yeah, like I've heard that because of like the goofier aspects of Resident Evil, especially as the series went on, it was like, okay, this is
Return
turning
to
into less scary and more just a weird action game. And then 7 came out, and that put it back to its roots of just
They were
being
like, we
fucking
figured out
terrifying.
people want. And then
Yeah.
they did that in 8, and then halfway through they were like, we'll just go back to this. It's cool though.
Well, was Resident Evil 4 scary?
Yeah, it was pretty scary. Yeah.
I guess so.
I mean, I was a lot younger when I played this, so it
Yeah.
definitely, 2005, right? So I was, I played it a little bit after because I actually never owned a GameCube. I played it at my friend's place. I think I was probably like,
I was 8 years old.
I was like 12 maybe-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty fucking scary. 12-year-old should not be playing that game. Especially an 8-year-old shouldn't be playing that game.
Yeah. But it's weird because when we were in Europe, so we I don't know, how was the release in Australia, but because obviously these are all off the American releases.
Yeah.
And Europe was weird because we'd either weirdly get the game before America or we'd get it like a year and a half after.
Oh no, Australia was the one who always got it last with any game.
Which version of the game did you get? Did you get the American or the European versions?
Oh, I don't remember. I didn't even know there was 2 different versions.
I thought you guys get the American ones, I think, actually.
Maybe.
No
idea.
Oh, that's 4.
Yeah.
You'd have to.
That's the remake.
Because I always knew that whenever I watch videos about it, they'd be like, and the European version released. I'm like, what about the Australian version?
No, we never got this. Well,
I don't think there was.
Australia was just like a fucking afterthought. They were like,
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder.
We always
Okay,
were the ones who got games last.
Yeah.
What? Wait. In Australia, like if you bought a PlayStation 3 or whatever, like I mean Nintendo, like you bought a Nintendo SNES, which like region were the cartridges locked to? Is it Europe or America?
The American?
Like, could you play an American cartridge if you bought it? Because the European one couldn't.
I have no clue. The SNES I had was a Japanese one, so I don't know how it actually operated.
He hacked the system.
Yeah.
He hacked the system.
Well,
I was straddling between a country that got the games first and a country that got the games last. So,
But there was like even like weird cases where like the European released before the Japanese one from a Japanese game.
Really?
Yeah, there's some the Europe releases were always so funny how we always got it because they'd always include for the European ones we'd always get all the languages.
right.
Because the American one I don't know actually. It was just weird. It was weird. It was really weird being in Europe with gaming because you kind of just got what showed up. Whereas America I feel like they had a lot more like finger on the pulse about what games are coming out when.
Well, that's just true for most
Everything.
media.
Yeah.
Not just games.
So it's weird whenever I see these years of things being released. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, but it probably wasn't even like fucking in the store, like in my local store until like way later.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, release dates matter less to us or less to me because.
But as a kid, it's like hard to judge when you see the release date.
as a kid, it's
You
like
just get whatever you get.
as a kid, you're like, all right, that's the game. When was the next Christmas or birthday?
Yeah,
from
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't give a shit about release
Is it
date.
still in stores?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Totally.
And like, you know, they never had any of these games. I remember
Yeah.
there was never any Final Fantasy games in my local GameStop.
Well, you
GameStop,
lived in the
game.
middle of buttfuck nowhere, so you.
Well, we had two games near us. Do you have game? Was it game?
Yeah, we had game. Yeah.
Well,
I
the
lived,
games-
I
the
lived in
games-
Brighton, so
Oh, you had Civilization.
Yeah, I had Civilization. I had pretty much all the games.
Well, it wasn't until like I was like 14, 15 where like buying stuff online was really like a common, like, because my parents weren't even willing to do it.
No. The trick was Blockbuster. Blockbuster had all the games.
We
right?
did. Well, yeah, but Blockbuster went bankrupt where I was. When I
No.
was,
But
like,
I'm
10.
talking about like as a kid.
Oh,
how you could play more games was
But,
like.
Gone, how much older are you than me?
How old are you again?
I'm 27. You're 33, right?
Yeah.
That's 6 years, quite a big
6
difference.
years, yeah.
He's talking about Blockbuster. We did have a Blockbuster, and I remember I rented Sly 2, the Band of Thieves. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I rented that shit, and I was one day late. My mum killed me. She blamed me, even though I'm not gonna lie, she rented it. She should have been on the ball.
Right.
And I remember I rented this, and then my mum never let me rent a game ever again. And like a year later, they went out of business.
Yeah.
And it's a Domino's now.
Okay, so you don't have much memories of Blockbuster then.
I remember
That's
that we
6
got to go
years.
rent one. And
Yeah.
our parents would let us walk in, but we were
Yeah.
never allowed to rent anything.
Yeah, we only went to our local Blockbuster to rent movies.
I had to buy pre-owned games. That was how I got games.
Right.
They had to be pre-owned.
Okay.
All right, Baldur's
Moving on
Gate 3.
to Baldur's Gate 3.
I don't
which
have
none of
400
us
hours
have
free,
played.
but I
Joey
trust.
does.
I trust it. Well,
But it's not a JRPG.
Wait, Sydney's
I
played
never
it,
played
right? What's
this.
Sydney
Yeah.
on about? What's she saying? Sydney's obsessed with it, right?
Yeah, Sydney is absolutely obsessed with
Is this
it.
the one where you can consensually have sex with a bear or
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Well, okay. I don't know if the back can consent.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like that, apparently that was like a big thing where it's like, oh, it's consensual or some shit.
I mean,
We've never had this. I've just had to rape bears.
We've never
This is a leap for bear kind.
finally some representation.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I
The
didn't
bear
get it.
said he liked it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't get it.
I mean,
No, I mean, if I genuinely, if I had 400 hours free, I'm sure I would
Yeah.
love the fuck out
Yeah.
of this game.
Yeah,
For sure.
I just don't have 400
No,
hours free.
no.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those games where I know if I play it, I'm going to love it. I know
Yeah, me
why
too.
it's good. I just know it's a massive, massive time sink, and
I just don't got the hours.
Yeah. I mean, seeing Sydney play through this for the past 2 months, 3 months, however many hours she's put into it, I'm like, oh, I could really get into this game because it's every time I've talked to someone about it, it's fucking incredible just to see the amount of different choices you have and how much the storyline can diverge. I was like, I don't know how you design that into a game and not have it be fucking randomly
incredible.
generated or something, but like having everything tie up together. The amount of choices, the amount of freedom you get, it's fucking insane. And I can see why people have put 400, 500 hours into this game. And I will be that person at one point. I know I'm going to love this game.
I'm saving this one for retirement, boys.
Yeah, I'm saving this one until this is when
This is the retirement home.
This
is the retirement home.
This
game.
And Final Fantasy Online are the two games I've saved for myself to be like, okay, I just give up on YouTube, guys.
Yeah.
All right, what's next then?
When no more obligations are left.
Yeah.
This is what
But is
I'll
that
play.
the most recent game?
I think so,
by
yeah.
far.
No. Is that the most recent game on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking deserve.
Number
man.
20.
Fucking deserve.
Yeah.
Number
Orange
number
box.
20.
I mean,
Orange Box is just a
basically-
collection of 3 games.
This is just a
The greatest hits.
This is just a Steam summer sale. I mean, let's be honest, guys. That's this.
I mean, Portal was a godlike game,
Portal
as
was
was TF2.
Portal was a godlike game, but it's the orange box on here, not
I know,
Portal itself.
but hey, if Portal was on here, I'd be like, yep, that deserves that spot.
Would you? Okay, if this was Portal alone, would you have put it this high up?
No.
Yeah,
Portal 2, maybe. Portal 2 is really good.
Portal 2 is good, but I still wouldn't put it this
But
high
I mean,
up.
you have a collection of Half-Life 2, Team Fortress 2, and Portal. I'm like,
This is like putting the Beatles' greatest hits on a top albums list. You know, it's not fair.
Throwing in a free, Michael Jackson album on there too.
Exactly. You know,
And I'm
Like-
like, oh, okay, I guess it's like one of the top greatest games of all time.
That's kinda not
now,
fair.
separate that out, and already Half-Life 2 is higher than the fucking game pack that has Half-Life 2 in it. So yes.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
All right, let's continue. Tekken 3.
Tekken 3. We don't know.
Again,
we don't-
couldn't tell you the difference.
Couldn't tell. Which Tekken is this? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the one where people punch each other. Is this the greatest game of... This is apparently the second greatest fighting game of all time now.
It's interesting though the difference though between where Tekken 3 on this list is versus SoulCalibur. Like this is what, number 21?
But I think there's 2 points difference.
Yeah.
It's very close.
Yeah,
It's very, very close.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the goats get recognized.
All right,
man.
moving on. Mass Effect 2. I've talked a lot about Mass Effect 2.
Mass
So
Is it the best one out of the Mass Effects?
It is the best one from a storytelling perspective. My hot take is that I prefer 3. This is my Game of Thrones take all over again, because 3 is all the pretty. 3 has all the ending of the storylines and all the fucking big, climaxes and set pieces, and you know. But this one has the best characterizing. This is it. From a critical perspective, yes, this one's the best one.
All right.
What the fuck is
And
this?
then the house in what? What is this one?
What? Wait. I see anime. Hold up.
Oh, is this like this Castlevania spiritual successor game? Or something like that, right? I
The
think
heck?
This is
I've never
pretty
heard of it.
recent.
I think
I've never heard of this.
This is last year.
We get a videos.
Oh, is it a visual novel?
I don't think so. Oh, it might be.
Is it a visual novel?
You just skip through it.
Yeah, skip
skip
through
through
to. Let me see some
Yeah, I can
gameplay.
see gameplay.
Unless this is the gameplay.
Oh my god, it's a visual novel.
It's a visual novel!
Let's go.
W for the visual
High
novels.
intensity gameplay. Let's go.
Let's fucking
I
go
will admit, I am shocked the visual novel game is that high.
Wait, hold on. Go back to the Metacritic game thing. Yeah, wow. Even the user scores are high.
Okay.
Jesus. The House of Fata Morgana is over 40 hours long. And in those
Right.
40 hours, you'll maybe get to make about 3 decisions.
We did it, gamers. A book has made it on the
It is
list.
a visual novel in the strictest sense of the word, and you must be prepared for that going in. Ain't no way! How did this happen?
I love how he says that you make no decisions, and he gave it a 90.
Yeah. I think he
my
was
God,
just
that's
setting
insane.
the
It's
expectations.
just a book. They've just put a book in a video game.
That's
Which is
wild.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if it's hey, the Russians don't like it though, apparently.
There's one
Yeah, the
Russian.
Russians are not into it.
Yeah. But hey, there you go.
Okay,
Wow,
I gotta check this
everyone-
out.
What the
everyone-
hell?
All right.
Peak fiction, somebody said in their review.
All right.
Jesus, I didn't pick
Sam,
that
I better be reading.
All right, then
here
number
we go.
25 is Elden Ring. I mean, is anyone really surprised about that, to be
Yeah,
honest?
yeah. I'm not.
This one is another one I'm saving for
Price is
retirement.
not higher, honestly.
Yeah, that is true.
I really thought that would be higher. Wow, the user scores is 8.
I thought the user scores would have been way higher.
Why are they so?
There's
why
so
is-
many haters. You know what that is?
Game of the year.
No. They're just bad gamers. They couldn't get past the tutorial.
That's a skill diff right there.
That's genuinely a skill diff. You have to be like, you have to have been dropped as a child to think this is a bad game.
I think that this must be the salt from like.
It must be salt. There's no shot.
This is users being like, this one game of the year. Fuck off. My favorite game, God of War, should have won game.
Wait,
of
what's
the year.
that say? What does this
Actually.
review say? Some user said, yeah, click that one, Abby. You were just on it. No, the other
The one next to that
Yeah.
one.
If there's someone who rates this game low on 7, it's because they don't have enough gamer sense. I do think if you walk away from this game giving it less than like a 5, there has to be something wrong with you.
You just don't like games at that point.
You just don't
Yeah.
like games.
Yeah.
You go and play visual novels. I'm kidding. There's literally no way you could give this a negative score. I genuinely believe that. Like
Can we
there's no
scroll
way.
down to a negative score?
Yeah.
Okay,
There's one
okay,
right
let me
there.
see. Let me
No,
see.
it's in German. Okay, game world is bland. Story and cinematics is almost non-existent. NPCs are boring and only give riddles. Gameplay is also boring and made for MMO kiddies that like to grind and grind and grind.
Wow. That's a really like dumb way of saying you can't read, you need flashing lights, and that you don't like games that take skill.
I mean, his username just explains it.
They speak in riddles.
16% negative.
I am all
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like people liking what they like, and I can also admit that like if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah.
But saying that it's a absolute garbage game
Hold
is
on.
insane.
Absolute garbage. I don't know how FromSoft can release such a garbage after the godlike Sekiro and Bloodborne.
How can you like Sekiro and Bloodborne and turn around and say Elden Ring is garbage?
Yeah, technically it's better than DS3, but who cares if the world building is trash?
What? It's like arguably the best world building. They got fucking George R.R. Martin to help fucking flesh out the world.
I mean, is he just rage baiting at this point? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it has to be.
It has to
Well,
be,
it's
man.
worked. I'm angry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
But it's not on Twitter, so
All
I
right,
don't
well,
know.
let's move on.
All right, whatever.
I mean, it's clearly a goated game. And it
Yeah.
deserves its spot.
I mean, I haven't even played the game and I know it's good.
Like this in Baldur's Gate 3, I'm like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
goated. Yeah.
Same with Elder Scrolls too. Never played Skyrim.
I've never played Skyrim either.
I've heard it's amazing though.
Is it? Is
No,
it
but
still?
It's impressive how fondly it's remembered for how buggy it is.
Isn't it
Yeah.
still the most? It's like the most modded game of all time. Right?
Yeah, I'm just like,
Or still has the most
for,
mods
for
or
how
something?
much has been modded, I'm like, was the game good and workable, or are people liking this game because of
Yeah,
the fucking
I've never
mods?
heard of anyone talking about the vanilla version. Of
I
this.
have never heard anyone talk about vanilla version either. So I don't actually know if it's good or if it's aged well or if it's like the mods that have like solo carried this, man.
Yeah.
I never played Bethesda games growing up. I really wish I did, but I just never. I was too deep in the COD hole.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
yeah.
too deep. I was huffing that COD copium.
All right, next one. Let's go back.
Yeah, let's what's next? Half-Life is next.
Half-Life 1, and
All
then
right.
there's Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Tears of the
Tears of the
Kingdom.
boring.
All right.
And then there's
All right.
Majora's Mask.
No,
No,
that's
Wind
Oh no,
Waker.
Wind Waker. Sorry, excuse
yeah,
me.
yeah. Majora's Mask isn't anywhere near this, Joey.
Time has been very
No,
generous
I'm
to
fine.
the Wind Waker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fine. Wind Waker. I fucking love Wind Waker.
The longer this time passes, the more I think
Yeah.
it ages well and is remembered fondly.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when it first came out, people hated this game. Like people or hated the visual
That
changes,
was
rather.
Nintendo's fault. They had teased a like insanely gritty and dark Zelda game, and then they released a cartoon ass looking game.
Yeah.
You know, so it was their own fault for marketing it completely incorrectly. So when they say everyone hated it, I was like,
Yeah.
You're talking about Breath of the Wild or Wind Waker? Sorry,
Wind Waker.
Sorry, I was seeing.
This is they were talking about. And,
Okay.
Like when they initially like marketed the GameCube, they were like, the next Zelda's going to be like Chad, balls to the wall,
Yeah,
Dark
yeah,
Souls.
yeah.
And then they released Wind Waker. People were like, what the fuck is this? Which I think would be fair. Like, imagine if you
I
got
get
cock
it.
teased by Nintendo, then you get Dark Souls, Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you get hee hoo Saturday morning cartoon ass.
Yeah.
But it's like, and then you're like, wait, but this is actually goated.
It's actually
This
goated.
is fucking goated.
Yeah.
And you know, were you? Yeah, you were alive. Were you?
I'd never beaten all of this in one go. I used to go to my friend's house and he would replay it all the time.
Right.
So I would constantly replay just random sections out of order.
But do you remember, were you like a gamer when the first new gen Zelda trailer
He was born a
dropped?
gamer. Come on.
I literally came out the womb.
Well, I came out the womb
with the controller.
Bro, they handed me an Atari joystick when I came out. They said, hold on to this. I was like, say no more.
Yeah. When was the first time you guys really heard about E3? Or really started to care about E3?
Oh, not until I was like deep in YouTube.
Yeah.
'Cause we're in the UK. We don't have fucking.
Yeah, I was an adult when I heard about it.
So when I first really started to care about E3 was that time when the new Zelda got announced and it got released with a trailer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of a
and
game that never came out.
The game,
right?
the
that's
Zelda
what I'm
game that
talking
never
about.
came
They
out.
released
Yeah.
it.
And that was the first time you like hype marketing in terms of like the E3 announcement and trailer announcements. That was the first time you felt that hype because you saw, this was predating YouTube. You saw clips online, which you had to download on the internet, of just people losing their fucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
At the trailer. And then Shigeru Miyamoto comes out with the fucking Zelda
Yeah.
Sword and Shield, and everyone's like, yo, fuck yes.
Like, that's why he's the GOAT!
Next up, we have Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
I don't know if I'm being like. I feel like it was inevitability that we would get a good racing game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have happened, and
What do
Gran
you mean?
Turismo was the one that did it. Well, if you make a video game console, someone sooner or later was gonna make a Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Is it better than Mario Kart though?
No. That's because we're casual. Gran Turismo laid the groundwork for like serious racing sims. And then like, which I think was going to happen with the like, with technology. Like there was going to be better quality racing sims. I mean, Gran Turismo is like, nowadays is, I mean, it's a different beast. Like they pretty much have the cars in one for one. As realistic as possible.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because it's the first one, it's the Genesis. And it was also actually a great game. I played a lot of Gran Turismo 3, I think, on PS2.
I was never really a Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I've never played a Gran Turismo.
Maybe
It's hard to show Gran Turismo to a kid and then show him Mario Kart and have him pick Gran Turismo.
to me, Gran Turismo just always felt like less of less of a game and more of like a simulator.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is.
I mean,
It
that's
is.
essentially what it
it's-
is.
It's
Like-
always tried to be
Yeah.
the driving sim.
The driving sim, because when I think racing games that I really enjoyed, obviously Mario Kart, F-Zero, the Burnout games as well, which I don't know. If that's,
you don't think like sim.
yeah.
racing,
This I look at this and I'm like, oh, this is a flight simulator, but
I mean,
with cars.
basically, but like the community around this is like very, very intense. Like people who like racing sims love racing sims. I've been to a few places in Japan where you can like go on a racing sim. Like you can just like drive.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many. People in Japan love them. They're very, very popular, and I wish I was into them. I even as a kid, I had Forza, never played it. I played a lot of Gran Turismo, but never really wanted to play it after I played it.
no.
I was always like, when can I play Crash Bandicoot? When can I play Mario Kart? When can I play like literally any other game?
Yeah.
Google Gaga
Okay.
Brain. But I understand why it's on the list.
Yeah.
It's the GOAT.
Moving on. That's the highest Metal Gear, not Metal Gear 3. Come on, gamers.
Metal
Come
Gear
on.
2.
But Metal Gear 2 was this is also fucking
I don't think I
Metal
played Metal
Gear
Gear
Solid
2.
2 suffers in its story. It's one of the first lines.
okay. Joey, you haven't played Metal Gear 2?
I haven't played 2.
How can I put this?
Was it on the Psycho Mantis?
No, Psycho Mantis was the original Metal Gear.
Oh, that was hype.
Metal Gear 2 is the end of Ava of the Metal Gear series. This
Okay.
Say
less.
this goes some weirdo shit. This
Okay.
does some weirdo shit. And like to me, Metal Gear 3 is my favorite Metal Gear game, but the more that I've grown up, the more I've come to appreciate the absolute fucking balls of what Kojima did with Metal Gear Solid 2.
Right.
Because this was Kojima being like, I'm gonna do my own thing. It's gonna be some weird things. I don't really care if you like it. I'm gonna make it anyway.
Right.
Because what happened? Like how much you guys know about the release of like Metal Gear 2?
Nothing. I know nothing about Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Okay, so when this got released, a lot of people fucking hated this. A lot of people like the diehard Metal Gear fans fucking hated this. So obviously, okay, you have the release of Metal Gear Solid 1, right? And that was fucking insane for the PlayStation. It was kind of like a tactical stealth stealth game, had Solid Snake in it. Everyone loved the storyline. Kind of was very reminiscent of some kind of like OG spy movies. You know, that was kind of like the vibe, and it still is to this day. That's the vibe of Metal Gear. Even with some batshit crazy stuff going on with whatever Kojima's cooking up. Metal Gear Solid 2 gets announced, and it's similar to Halo 2, right? This was Metal Gear Solid 2 at the time was, I think, it felt like PlayStation's answer to whatever Microsoft was doing with Halo 2, with that hype. You know, this got so many trailers. This was the killer app to buy PlayStation 2 for. Got so many trailers, and then here's the killer. They released the demo, and it's like, holy shit, you get to play as Solid Snake again. The fan base is going crazy. They give you an entire stage. You play like this tanker. And the demo ends at the end of that tanker stage. And people were like, holy shit, the GOAT is back. I am ready. Fast forward to the release dates. All right. You start off with the tanker stage again. You play a Solid Snake. All right. People have played that before. You play through that. You're like, all right, what's been cooking next? Completely switches to an entirely new character. It ain't a big fucking tough, rough Solid Snake. It's Raiden, a little femboy who's a little blonde boy, and he has problems with his girlfriend and stuff. Yeah. And people are like fucking pissed off because they're like, where the fuck is the Solid Snake that I was promised? And the thing is, when you play through this, you're like, okay, this is just a thing, right? This is just a level. You're gonna play a snake eventually. You never get to play a snake again.
Oh wow, that's bold. That's bold.
And there is, as you play the game, you get you start to get the sinking realization. Oh, he is the main character of this story.
Wait, is this the game that has that like absolutely ass like underwater escort mission? Is this one, or is that 3? I remember
underwater escort mission. I feel like that was the first one.
Was that the first one?
I think that might have been the first one. But honestly, it was funny to see how angry people were back in the day versus just now that you come in with like no expectations of like, okay, I get to play as Snake versus I get to play as Raiden. The storyline is weird as fuck, especially towards the end. But to me, I think the ideas and some of the scenes presented in this, like they still like live to me to this day. Especially some of the final scenes where this predates a lot of like this has a lot surprisingly even about like internet culture. This has a whole fucking monologue about memes decades before meme culture even became a thing, man.
Damn.
Yeah, this like Kojima was cooking some weird shit, but some of this shit hit fucking deep, man.
Would you recommend then that people play this today?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah?
Hell yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think Metal Gear Solid has, because Kojima, he's just an artist, man.
Yeah, he is.
He does what he wants, and every Metal Gear is just so insanely different from each other because I think he just wanted to do new things with every different game. 3, I think, is the most standard, well written in a conventional sense, spy thriller storyline. This has some fucking wild ideas and wild moments that I still remember to this day, and I still think it's worth playing.
Okay.
All right, damn.
Yeah.
Well, you made a very compelling case.
I fucking love Metal Gear.
That was a monologue, bro.
I
did monologue.
I yapped a lot, but if there's 2 game series I will yap about, it's Mass Effect, which I've already done, and Metal Gear. I fucking love Metal Gear.
All right, we'll have to play it. I mean, I've always wanted to, so I will eventually.
All right. Well, we've seen enough of what the critics think are the best games in the world, but what do the gamers think are the best games in the world? So we changed it up now. We have the best games by user score
Told you this is what would happen.
I assume this is just like Metacritic user scores.
Yeah,
maybe?
this is what happens, right? Like something like Elden Ring would never get a high review score because it's too popular. So there's a lot of polarizing reviews.
So apparently,
Wait, hold up. Let's just go through and see what we recognize. Age of Empires 2.
that's the one you're. That's the one you're in.
Fourth greatest game of all time.
I don't want to say that I was a pivotal part of the success of that, but certainly I had to have played a part.
I mean, this is a goated game.
Dude,
This is
like the game that like, because back when you didn't understand anything about PCs.
Yeah.
If you went to your friend's house or a cousin's house or a family friend and they had this shit on the PC, you were so good for hours.
Yeah.
This shit was so fun.
Did you ever play this with cheat codes as well?
Yeah, because you get like cars.
Yeah,
right?
do you remember the car?
Yeah, I remember the
fucking car with the machine gun?
yeah.
My god.
I've never actually played an Age of
Dude,
Empires
this was
game.
like the pinnacle. If like it's your family friend had like a
Yeah.
PC at their house, you could get on it.
Damn.
If they had this,
Yeah.
you were literally set for days.
Or this was the one where, sometimes you had a PC class in school and there was always one kid who figured out how to install Age of Empires 2 on the PC. And it was just like that.
I was mostly playing Civ 2 instead of Age of Empires 2.
This was so
Yeah.
good because Civ was always like a tough game as well.
Yeah.
This was like the super easy beginner friendly
Okay.
Yeah.
like battle. Because you just fucking make
I also
things
love
and-
the bombastic stink eye of the Shogun on the cover there. It's just, it's such like a, it's
and
such
like
like a,
upgrading
what
the ages
fuck?
was so fun. It was so easy
Yeah.
to control. It was just such
Yeah.
a great game.
Yeah.
Warcraft. Yeah, I understand why Warcraft's there. I don't.
Never got into it.
Kessen 3, I've never even heard of Kessen. I'm too young.
Kessen 3, 2005. What is this?
Metacritic score 73. I feel like. Wait, this is based on 18 user
again,
ratings.
see, this is the problem with this one with user scores, right?
Right.
18 people. Only one person was like, yeah, it's mid. The reviews, there's more critical reviews. There was one dude who gave this a 7.
Oh my god.
Not nearly as good as the first two.
What is the system that My Anime has used? Because it's like based on user score, but
They have a
clearly,
bit of a better, like, way of
clearly.
filtering out.
what the hell, Metacritic? What the hell?
Bro, no one takes Metacritic seriously.
Planescape. I never heard of
Deus
that.
Ex,
either.
yeah, Deus Ex. That makes sense that it would be up there. It's
Okay,
fair.
Yeah.
I've never played Deus Ex.
Wait. Look, there's a game that has like 63. Oh, that's the critical. That's the critical.
Yeah, that's the Metascore.
that makes sense. Okay,
score.
sorry.
Yeah. Wow, Metroid Prime is still
yo,
number
I'm
11.
I'm saying Metroid Prime is goated.
Tekken 3 is still up there. The original
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Well,
it's interesting to see which ones
I
are
mean,
both.
I mean, Resident Evil 1 is not
It's pretty janky.
deserving of that spot.
It's pretty janky if you play it
I mean,
today.
it's got
9.4.
pretty high acclaim
God damn.
on both critical reviews and
Yeah.
user scores.
That's crazy.
And also, the voice acting is so horrible.
The game has a good story, but has annoying controls and a bad camera angle.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty much the big problem with Resident Evil for the longest time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, oh my god, look at that. Holy shit.
Go back to the list, sorry. PN03.
What the hell's
What is that?
PN03?
GameCube.
I think I remember seeing this on GameCube once.
Product number 03? I've never... What the hell is this?
I'm surprised 68 users ranked it this high.
What the hell is it? Plays like an arcade game.
I mean, it has
Yeah, the 2000s were a weird period where there was some companies, mainly like Japanese ones, that were still kind of making very arcade feeling games
yeah.
that generally just didn't do well.
I think I remember reading about this in like a Nintendo magazine or something. Where
Yeah, it does seem like one of those games you can see on the back. And you're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, that's
yeah.
sick. Like whenever I got a Nintendo thing, what was that one with the fork and the plug? He was like a plug. That was just like the main character was just a plug.
A plug?
Chibi Robo, is that what it's called? What was a Nintendo game where character is a plug?
A plug?
This sounds like a fucking
It sounds like a parody.
fever dream.
Chibi Robo. Yeah, Chibi Robo.
What the hell is that?
I've never seen
I
this.
used to
never
always
seen
What
see
the
this,
hell
like,
is that?
on the back of like
What is that?
magazines. You never
I've
seen this?
never seen this.
I never played
Chibi
it, but
Robo
I used to always see
plug
it.
into adventure.
What? I've never seen this. How do you know this one?
I know games.
It was in developmental hold until Shigeru Miyamoto gained interest in the title and overhauled its production.
Yeah, it was a Nintendo like exclusive. And
Wow.
It was like
Shigeru Miyamoto fucking
in
playing a
every-
part in this game?
Well, no, he's the reason why we have it. I remember 'cause every single Nintendo magazine they would show it like at the end, and it always looked really cool.
I've never seen this before.
It's like a 3D.
Oh my god, there's
adventure.
there's even an English version of this.
This was popular, kind of.
This is not popular, Connor. This
was kind of- it
This
was
was
well
not
received.
popular.
And look, you'd go around and you'd have to like solve.
That's actually really cute, though.
Yeah,
He's
it
so
was-
cute. What the fuck?
This looks like one of those random Japanese games that would never get translated.
Yeah.
You know, you see.
But like you have to plug in after you've spent all your energy.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that looks cute. Yeah,
Oh.
this is this looks like a fucking fever dream. I've never heard of this game.
Yeah, I
never
just
seen-
used to always see it on the magazines and think, when am I
It's
going
very
to buy that?
Pikmin-esque. Okay.
All right.
Wow, I've never seen that.
All right, let's go back.
Why is that not in the top 10?
Yeah.
Well, it might be.
All right, more Age of Empires. Chrono Trigger
Yes. Let's go.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Whoa, wait! I just realized the fan vote is that 10 was the best Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised with that.
Wow.
Like,
yeah, I mean, 10 was massively.
it's been
massively
fucking
praised.
remastered like 17
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Like, I mean, 10 is amazing. Absolutely. It's probably, out of the 3D Final Fantasies, it's probably my favorite.
Because I feel like because the big reason was Final Fantasy 7 was on PS1.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy 10 was on PlayStation 2. And I just feel like the reach of PlayStation 2 just completely
See,
overshadows.
it's fucking wild because I look at footage like this of the original 10 and I'm like, it's crazy to think this was PS2. Because it still looks so fucking good. And I had such a crush on Yuna when I was little. Man, I still do.
not a Riku man.
I like Riku, but Yuna was my girl back in the day. Oh, she's so cute.
I never really liked the design of the main character.
Oh, Tidus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an interesting one. He's an interesting character.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Okay, Suikoden 2 as well.
Oh, Shenmue as
Pete
well.
never shuts up about Suikoden
What
2.
is how many alt accounts does Pete have on it?
Pete goes on about this game for days. It's just like the best thing ever because you can hire like 60 characters for your RPG.
Yeah, I've played Suikoden 1.
What is
When I
this?
was
Is this
It is the
fighting?
most JRPG you'll probably
You
ever
can
play.
like recruit 60 characters for
Yeah.
your party. It's
Yeah.
like and there's like frontline, middle, and like support.
Yeah.
line. It's like you have like 9 characters in battle. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of cool though. It's very unique. But I've never played it.
Yeah.
Oh, Melee. It's number 23.
Of course, of course.
Melee being the highest rated Nintendo game. Is that it? Is that the highest rated Nintendo
No.
game?
Metroid Prime.
was. Metroid
Oh, wow.
Prime was.
Yeah.
But this is
Yeah.
the highest rated Mario game.
I'm surprised.
and Zelda game, by the way.
I'm surprised Shenmue is up there as one of the top rated user games, if anything.
Was it that good?
I'm
You're
revving up your engine.
Listen. I mean, look at that. It's either people like it or like 10% hate it.
It has not. It had okay.
I know nothing about it.
There's a certain charm to it. All right.
The
There's-
dialogue's weird, right? Whenever
Huh?
I see clips of it, the dialogue's so weird.
Oh, the dialogue is super weird, but you know, there's a certain charm to Shenmue. You know when you watch some really old janky like martial arts films or something, and
yeah.
you know that this isn't like the cinematic masterpiece or something, but
Of course.
there's a certain like charm
Yeah,
to watching.
yeah,
you
of
know?
course, of course.
That to me is like Shenmue. It's
I like that first negative review I saw. If you
What?
scroll down, it's just like the first couple of words. Navi, scroll down for a second. I love the first couple of words of the negative review that I saw.
Scroll down more.
Scroll down more. I'm not saying it's bad, but
I'm not saying it's bad, but when I play a game looking for gameplay, which is something this game doesn't do well, it's literally a whole game based on quick time events. One of the major sins of this, he's right. He is right. There's nothing that Shenmue did that other games haven't done fucking way better, even if it's in its own time period. GTA 3 did a better open world. Other games have had, Metal Gear Solid, I think, has a better storyline. It's a lot of side quests and a lot of...
Why does everyone try to tell me it's like one of the best games ever then? I just don't believe them.
I feel this is one of those you had to be there type of
Yeah,
games.
it is very much, you have a Dreamcast? Holy shit, you get to play Shenmue. There is a certain charm to this.
Or it's just the entire community gaslighting you.
No.
I feel like that with Shadow of the Colossus. But at least Shadow of the Colossus looks good.
Even though I've like saying all these critiques, I remember watching my mate play Shenmue, and I'm just like, oh, this is fucking cool, man. I don't know what it is about it.
Is it like a guilty pleasure?
I think it is.
Right,
I think it is.
right.
Because I look back and I'm like, oh man. Oh man, Shenmue, that was a good game. I like Shenmue.
Yeah,
man.
I've the faintest clue about what this is about.
This is basically a revenge story. So
Okay.
The main character, who I don't remember, he's in a dojo and he comes back, and then his dad. Okay, no, I got it. Joey, I got this. This was Yakuza before Yakuza.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe just from looking at this.
That was the jankiness I tried to talk about. There is just a certain jankiness to this, but instead of being set in Japan, it's set somewhere else. So it's just.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at this footage and it kind of makes me want to play it.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, this kind of looks badass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this is one of those games where you can just have a lot of just like turn your brain off fun playing.
It is, because if you use your brain, you're probably not gonna have fun. But
It's like I want to be man to beat people up.
yeah, this is guilty pleasure 101,
Okay.
man.
All right, what else do we have?
Fuck yeah.
All right, let's go back to the list. Okay, Chrono Trigger, Shenmue, Age of Wonders.
Let's move on to the second page.
Yeah, let's go second page. What do we
Second
got?
page.
Buckshot
Buckshot
Roulette.
Good game.
Okay.
Is it a good game?
Yeah, it takes like 20 minutes. We could probably play it right now.
Is that
Final
what?
Fantasy-
14.
Fuck.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, well-
Is this the MMO?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
MMO. This is one of the
online.
expansions.
This is one of the online. You'll get-
So we're just judging parts of a game now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Shadowbringers the best Final Fantasy online arc, Nabi?
The peak, the climax.
Because I thought it was whatever the newest one.
Endwalker is more of it's a conclusion to the entirety of.
Okay. But Shadowbringers is the peak?
Oh, it's the peak.
All right, you'll get there.
Why is there Nier Automata?
There's a collab.
There was just a collab there.
Okay,
All right.
All right, let's
Yeah.
stop talking about this game. What is Super Mombo Quest?
Super Mombo Quest.
What is Super Mombo Quest? What the fuck is this?
It's not that. Oh, what the heck?
Can we watch videos of Super Mombo
Yeah, I
Quest?
need
It
to see what
doesn't
this
even
game's
have enough Metacritic scores to enough reviews to have a Metacritic score, man.
Super Mombo Quest. Yeah, let's look at the official trailer.
Yeah.
He's fast, fearless.
Oh, it's Super Meat Boy.
It's Super Meat Boy.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay.
literally Super Meat Boy.
Is this
Oh,
a
it looks,
mobile
it
game?
looks like Super Meat Boy and Celeste.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate this narration.
Okay. All right.
It's literally Celeste and Super Meat Boy.
We've seen enough.
All
All right. Is there any
Ooh,
games?
Cuphead's there. That's
Oh
fine.
yeah,
I agree with that.
36. Yeah, very nice.
Cuphead's
Is
so
there
good.
any games you guys are surprised is not on the top 30 list that we went through?
Trying to think.
Can we go back to the Metacritic score? Yeah. Can we go back to the Metacritic score?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, what's a game
Because
that I mean, honestly, there's a lot of games on this list where I'm shocked that it's
yeah.
up
All
there.
right. Now that I've defended it and going further down to the list, yeah, Tony Hawk's is like too high. I was like, all right, now that my memory is being jogged, I'm like, okay.
I mean, me personally, SSX Tricky should be up there.
Bro, come on. That's okay. One, I agree with you, but 2, come on.
I realize this is just a me thing.
Yeah, this is only just a
That is
me
that you
thing.
had to be there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. Okay, I'm going through. Oh, fucking. Well, no. See,
I'm surprised that Uncharted 2 is higher than The Last of Us. I would have thought
Yeah.
that The Last of Us,
that is true.
which like I'd heard about the Uncharted games, people like, but only like dedicated, PlayStation gamers were really talking about Uncharted. Last of Us 2 was the first game that I feel felt like a HBO TV series, where it was people were talking about it who didn't even play video games.
That's true.
And I'm surprised that was not as high. That's not the highest rated Naughty Dog game.
You know when the season 2 comes out, they're going to be like the canonical way to experience is the TV show.
What?
They're going to say that the best way to watch it is the TV show.
Yeah.
Be like, actually, don't play The Last of Us. The TV show does it better. I feel like we're going to get to that point in like 3 years. Where we're going to be like,
Yeah.
playing the game is actually the worst way to experience the story.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, what game is up that I love? Well, the problem is all the games I love, just people don't agree with.
I think the problem with rating the best of all time is that a lot of the times we kind of like reserve this small space in our head for like the best of, and we don't really distinguish between them. Like, these are the top games in my head, and like there's quite a lot of them.
Actually, I'm shocked Final Fantasy 7 isn't up here.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's where is 7?
Go to the meta. I'd love to see what the reviews are like. Like the polygons.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah,
Type in
yeah.
Final Fantasy 7.
I think the problem is that it is just a very, very ugly game.
Yeah,
It just doesn't look good.
No.
And to be honest, like as a goblin gamer brain, when I first booted it up on Steam years ago, I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, the egg beater hands.
Yeah, it looks awful. So I can understand why people wouldn't want to give it a shot.
Where's the original 7?
Why is
my
it
God.
impossible to find this game on Metacritic?
Do you have to actually type it in Roman numerals? Yeah.
Nice remake.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
82.
Wow.
Yeah,
92.
8.9.
Not even.
I mean, that's a pretty good score.
Yeah.
Only
I
20
feel
critic
a
reviews?
lot of these have been like capped at 92. Like I feel
Well,
like
there's always detractors.
Yeah,
I'd love
yeah.
to see what some of the negative reviews say.
Yeah, let's see the negative reviews. Let's go down.
scroll down.
God, I was so hyped for this, and the first few hours of the games that take place in the Cyberpunk city totally live up to the hype. After that, it is awful. I mean,
That's crazy.
I wouldn't say that. It wasn't awful.
I feel like the city was my least favorite part. I liked it when I could finally go around.
What else?
Go scroll down.
Yeah,
Retro
yeah.
The retro gamer. Oh, this is just bait.
kind of shit.
This must be just bait.
I'll be brief. JRPG automatic base score.
Shit,
Oh,
that's my account.
this is
That's
you.
mine.
This
Sorry.
is you
That's
5
your
years
own.
ago.
Sorry,
This is you
that's my
5 years ago,
account.
Connor.
That's my account.
This you?
Yeah. This you right
The
here.
combat system is objectively great. I don't know why you would say that it's not.
Okay, hold on. Go to the next one because I just read the first
Yeah.
sentence of that one. I don't normally complain about the graphics in a game, especially one this old, but the art in this game has such low resolution that there were times where I couldn't tell what was going on. I didn't know where the floor ended and the walls began, so I spent an inordinate amount of time on every section. It was horrible.
There were some moments in the original game that was actually kind of hard to navigate because it's really
Yeah.
unclear what is in the foreground and what's in the
Yeah, some of the
background.
map layouts is just like you are constantly running against the wall to figure out
Well, I
where
get
the
it. Like
next load
it's a
zone
style
is.
choice, right? Because they wanted to have a more realistic.
I mean, it was revolutionary for the
yeah,
time.
it was
you know?
cool. I mean, I think it looks good. It's just it doesn't age great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I wonder if Metacritic has the most popular games of all time. I would.
I don't know if they sort it like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they do though. Who knows?
Yeah.
Not sure.
No.
I don't think so actually, because this isn't a game tracking website.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end it.
God, we gave so many hot takes. of so many.
mean, not as much as the games themselves.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean, gaming's so tough because, like, and a TV show, you experience it, and it's kind of like you just kind of consume it. But a game is so,
It's up to the player.
it really depends. Like, you can objectively play a game like differently. Like, it's not like it's like watching JoJo out of order. It's like, yeah, you could do that, but you're dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Just watch it in order. But with the game, it's like there's so many different ways you could experience it.
That's true.
And like, you know, if I played SoulCalibur and the only guy I could go against was a fighting game pro, I would hate SoulCalibur. I would think it's the most garbage game of all time. But if I was kicking my little brother's ass, I'm sure I think it's goated.
Yeah, I'm like,
you know
this game's sick.
So like stuff like that really affects you how you experience it. Like,
No, definitely.
and so I think that like it's really hard for gamers to agree. And I don't agree that Tony Hawk is the 7th best game of all time. I just don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I'll let Metroid Prime be up there though.
Metroid Prime.
Yeah,
Because the
Metroid,
vibes.
no,
The vibes?
Metroid,
Yeah, vibes.
yeah,
I haven't
Metroid
even
Prime
played the game, and I can tell the vibes are off
No,
the chart.
Metroid Prime
Immaculate.
deserves to be up.
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
100%.
Honestly, swap Tony Hawk.
I wouldn't be upset.
No, I mean it's either way. What I take away from this is we're spoiled. We're spoiled for games.
We are spoiled.
Oh, yeah.
And another takeaway is that if you have an old game, you have an advantage.
Yeah,
Because
older game better.
Older game equals better and more nostalgic.
Because people don't really review old games unless they're like kind of pumped about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Normally.
But yeah, that was it for this episode. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. What
us
game
know.
do you think should have been up there?
Let us know.
Let us
But
know.
hey, look at all these patrons though.
So sexy.
These guys are gamer as fuck. Let me tell you that much. You know why? Because they are kind enough to support the show.
Yeah.
And you can do so as well if you haven't already by going to patreon.com/trashtaste. By the way,
Seriously.
if you don't know, every single week we upload a Patreon exclusive video to our Patreon that you guys
Yes,
can
we do.
enjoy. And we have a brand
Yes,
new
we
one
do.
for you this week. Roll the clip.
Before cooking, you have to top and tail, maybe de-string the runner of these types.
What?
What
Oh.
are carrots? Fuck, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know.
I think it's...
Is it the
Motherfucker!
Celery.
How you guys so fast?
What?
Okay. Okay. I got this.
didn't read the question. Runner. Oh my,
Runner.
The runner type. There's only one runner type fucking bean.
But hey, if you want to check that video out and a whole bunch more that is waiting in store for you and support the show, then head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And
All right.
gamers, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.